What goes around just comes around. What goes around just comes again. What goes around just comes around. What goes around just comes around. What goes around just comes around. What goes around just comes again. What goes around just comes around. What goes around just comes around. What goes around just comes again. 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 What goes around just comes again.
What's up, bitches? It's Friday night, and it's time for another week of Epileptic Gaming. And let me tell you, if there has ever been a week of true Epileptic Gaming and just so many, things that I want to play. And
shit. I was wondering where you're going with that. I agree.
Is this week. It's been Final Fantasy 13. It's been God of War 3. It has been Metro 2033. It's been StarCraft 2 beta. It's
still
been
playing the shit out of Battlefield.
Bad Company 2. I just I couldn't slow down all week.
I'm glad I haven't picked some of these games.
I
already feel like I have too much on my plate with Final Fantasy and God of War. I think you're losing your mind.
Bad timing on Sony's part. I mean, how many people probably passed up a purchase just because they're still so consumed with their first one?
Well, I don't think anybody passed up God of War, dude. No way.
Well, I know that I had to play it before I could get to God of War.
What, Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to review it. I mean,
I know.
That's what I do. That's what we do.
I had to review it too, so I had to play it. But we'll talk about that when
we
get into
will.
the reviews.
We will. And so there is. I know, guys. It's out of sync. So here's the story of the week for me, right? So after last week's show, and while I tell you this story, I'm going to resync it. Okay, I'm going to try anyway. So after last week's show, my hard drive just shit on me. A total shit. Anyway, replaced. So I decided I'm gonna go to Windows 7.
I didn't realize this too. So now you're on a new hard drive.
Last week's show
you guys
was
are gonna
just
see it.
So awesome!
Watch.
It rocked your computer. Huh?
Watch. Well, okay, it's good now. Okay, all right, that's good. Anyway, so I'm on Windows 7 now, which I love.
I love it too.
Okay, it's great, but it's definitely like what I normally do did in XP is still a little different. It acts a little different in Windows 7.
Can't you go to like an XP mode?
Well, it's not that. It's just the fact that Windows 7 takes a little bit more to run.
Oh, resources?
Right, just a little bit more. So, again, I'm a little bit of adjustment. If that was the worst thing that will happen this entire show, then we're good to go. So hopefully all will be well. Audio should
Fingers
be good.
crossed.
That's right. But you know what? As they always said, it wouldn't be an EG without one technical fuck up. And I kind of like that. I kind of like having that brand.
It's that live feel that you get.
I like having
live radio.
Even though
I love feeling.
That's right.
Even though it's
shit.
not live, you're actually. This is all a facade, people.
Yeah.
This is pre-recorded, but we do little things like that to make it seem like it's live.
A little bit, yeah. They all think we look into our crystal balls and know what they're going to say in chat, like that Z forgotten. I was happy when I popped in Final Fantasy 8 on Win 7 and it freaking works and then makes a little smiley face.
Little Google eyes.
I thought he was winking at you, he wants to sleep with you. Isn't that what that means? A little O next to a big O?
It doesn't matter what he intended to mean. All that matters is that we recorded this 4 hours ago from when he said that.
Maybe Windows 7 actually. Windows 7 is so
it's that
smart.
Good.
It knows.
That good.
IRC conversation.
This is like Lost.
Letting us
all right,
know.
Jacob and Isu are controlling your fates. You have no fucking idea. It's all like that. So before we get started, we're gonna talk about a couple other things before we get to news of the week. One, and I'm gonna let Force take this one. This week we talked about it several times on several shows.
Telling you for a while, my career is on the line.
Yeah.
So. I run the after-school video game club, the esports club at my school, and part of the mandate of having that club was bringing a guest speaker in to talk to the kids and sort of talk to them about, future careers. And this week, Wheat came to my school. Was nervous all up to it. He arrives. I'm like, please God, don't let him let me down.
I
Please
want
don't
to
drop any F-bombs.
These guys
Please show
all
up
knew, by the
sober.
way, because I did tweet. I'm like, I'm going to speak to 7th and 8th graders, and people were like, hell yeah, we want video, blah 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 blah. So I mean, they had an idea, but all right. So
Actually, I'm kind of butthurt you didn't ask me to come.
Actually, you were supposed to be his ride. Until you didn't have a car anymore. That's how we had originally planned it.
Damn.
Because that was going to be your
I
excuse.
thought you were
because had to
scared I
drive
was
him.
going to hit on the freaking 7th grader.
No.
that might too.
So he came and gave a little speech about how we got to where we are today, and the kids ate it up. Like, our kids are notorious rude when speakers come or whenever we try to have assemblies, and it's usually a lot of like shh and calm down, but they were like all pretty hooked, and
Dude, they were just
the kids we brought were good. They dug his story, stayed for an hour afterwards, and actually someone beat him in Street Fighter. He got defeated by a 6th grader.
Street Fighter 4?
He got defeated by a 6th grader.
What character
in Street
was he
Fighter
playing?
4.
Like Cammy or some shit?
After I was kicking their ass, they're like, choose the question mark. Choose the question mark. I'm like, oh, God, this is going to come to bite me in the ass, right? So I question mark, and it comes up on Ryu, and they're like, no, because that's who I was playing the whole time. And so they're like, choose it again. So I go down, and I choose the question mark, and I get Dulcine. And I was like, this will be no problem.
Dulcine's not
I've
that
got-
bad to play with.
I
Just
should just be
teleport.
able
Was
to
it
like,
Vega?
Plays
Didn't he kick
it.
your ass with Vega?
And I think it was like Vega, and he actually
Vega
just
and
did-
Dalcine?
He's got Vega has one normal,
Why don't you just sit in the corner and fierce kick?
and just like So anyway, plus I was
He
like
was trying to do all kinds of
ultra-
combos. The kid was just kept running right at him.
I made
but it
that
made that
kid's
kid's day, dude.
Yeah,
he got to
totally.
choose a prize from the game box. We brought all these goodies he's collected over the years to give away to the kids. And if you were able to beat him in just one round, you just had to beat him one round, not the overall match. And couple.
game?
Yeah,
couple,
one other kid.
One other kid.
I mean, I was
What
just-
game?
Street
What game
Fighter
did you
4.
win?
Street Fighter 4, and I was just, I mean, obviously, guys, I wasn't playing to win, but what I was doing,
Dude,
is I
he
was like,
devoured. He devoured like 10 of them
I
before
was-
someone
you
got
didn't
around.
play to win. Don't
Yeah,
even
he's like,
hold on. Lied.
No,
he was like
no,
making him
like,
stream
shut the
wow
fuck
with
up.
super
Like a
ultra
dog
combo
in heat.
endings.
You're lying
listen,
over here,
Listen,
dude.
let me explain,
He's lying.
and you'll understand.
Okay, tell me.
I wasn't playing to win, right? What I was doing is I was trying to pull off the flashiest
He was
wins.
playing to show off. That's
right,
what he was
right.
doing.
I was going into like linking ultras and like do air shit and supers and
He
shit,
loved it.
Shit, I would have
ultras
punished you
and-
on.
Every time he did
Yeah.
something that made
Shit,
the
I would've
screen
punished
fill,
you
you could
on.
just hear the kids be like, "Whoa!" Like he was just
Yeah.
like he had his crowd, dude. And he was milking it.
I think my headphones have finally shit on me, you guys.
Have they? Are they
Yeah.
gone?
I just-
all
All
of
of
us
us-
are losing it. All of us.
You just hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, we just lost sound.
Oh! I hear it.
What the hell, dude?
I was
Windows
totally-
7, you're not as good as you were
Windows 7
advertising.
unplugged his audio
But at least,
cable.
dude,
And now, like, all of a sudden, I think the sound really got, like, amplified, too. So we'll turn that out. Wow.
Now
At
all of a sudden
least,
shit's
dude-
working because you went and pumped your line in up.
I don't
At
know.
You're like, oh, weak signal.
At
You just
least
didn't have the
Windows
shit
7
plugged in.
hey.
You're like, Windows 7 is bunk.
At least Windows 7 has the snap function,
Yeah.
which you're not even utilizing.
I don't know. Who knows what that would do to the show, dude? Don't turn on the snap function.
Snap, son.
And you know what? Maybe because it's Windows 7, there's going to be 7 fails. Maybe that would have been number 2,
Dude,
right?
so-
Windows 7 crawled out of your freaking computer and unplugged the stereo cord. I mean, this shit is
hey,
vicious.
you never know.
Hey, are you guys going to be in town?
You never
next
know.
Thursday? I put together this like gourmet beer and food pairing event. It's like 8 dishes.
What-
and 8
what does this
beers.
have to do with-
I have
we
that
have so
unfortunate
much shit.
job.
Oh,
to
that sucks,
to
dude.
talk about. So the other thing to announce is that this is actually going to be the last EG for 2 weeks. I know you guys hate it when I start off
EG's
a
going
sentence
dark.
like that. For 2 weeks because I'm in PAX next week, and
So
then
jealous.
it's Easter weekend. So you guys are going to get a 2-week break, and that means we get a 2-week break.
We can catch up on games. I can actually like exhale.
The problem is that it kind of means that we can't really do a full review of God of War because we weren't planning on doing God of War this week, and I don't know what we were.
But we
thinking.
are. We're going to talk about
We're
it.
going to talk about it right now. At least our
Yeah,
first
let's talk about it
impressions
right
of it.
now.
And and then we'll get on to news of the week. So, I don't really have that much to say because I think that, people know that I was going to love this game. It didn't really matter. God of War 3, I said, was going to be the fucking bomb. I think what I want to do is I want to ask Force.
I told you, and it's kind of in a way I called it a little bit where I said, it's just going to be God of War 2 in HD. But it is like so far beyond what I thought the shit was capable of doing. That I would just like to say I told you so. When we talk about state of the art, dude, it is the best I've ever seen, dude. That demo did not give the impression that for the shit that I was going to see in that first hour and a half is absolutely amazing visually. It's like it's holy shit, and it's just so much moment after moment after moment of that beginning sequence. It's pretty amazing. Like you messaged me face melting. I'm like, dude, I had it. Dude. I had my face melted off, dude. It was absolutely amazing to see.
When you kill Poseidon and it's that first person view, you're like, and you're all like headbutting the fucking shit out of him.
Awesome.
It's so hardcore. It's awesome.
I'm up to Helios right now. I just killed Helios. So
that's
did
the dude
too.
whose head we tore off in the
demo.
demo.
Here's one of the reasons why I can't give a full review tonight. Gavin, avid EG listener, actually fired me off a promo copy, and it was an EU promo copy. So while I did get to play it early, I got about 2.5, 3 hours into the game, and then my US copy arrived in the mail. I pop it in, and I can't resume my save. So I actually have to restart and do those 3 hours again.
Dude, that's
the thing
fine.
is that it doesn't fucking matter.
No,
in fact, you know what I'm going to do?
You know what?
I'm going to play the first part with Dan tonight because I think even Dan.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it's something to show off.
There's a couple of things like initial first impressions because are we actually going to do a review of the game?
region lock.
Yeah,
saves,
we'll bring a full review when we come back.
Sure,
we can't skip it.
But like in previous God of Wars, it was easier to go back and find areas that you missed. And like in this one, I don't feel that you have that same like openness, like to go back. You kind of get
God of War games are always pushing you forward.
Yeah, but you could still go back in the map and be like, oh, I want to go this path because I didn't go this path and I should have gone this path, and there'd be like like a hidden orb or some shit like that. And like in this one, that option isn't as readily available. Like once the screen moves on, the screen moves on and you can't go back. And dude, the fucking double jump drives me crazy. Like in some games, like the double jump,
it has a small window.
It's
I remember the first time I had to wing fly. It took me a couple.
And like in like a lot of other games, the double jump, you have like some delay. Like most double jumps I'm used to, like you jump and at the top of your jump, then you jump again.
Right. No,
and that's a double
know what
jump.
You're talking about.
But in this, it's like boom, 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 boom. You got to hit it like right off the bat.
Yeah,
and I have died.
Don't you get a more powerful double jump later on?
Yeah, but I have died
not
an
official review
because
screwed
I
up
have
a double
too.
jump.
Yeah,
you know what else? You know what else? Like
jump,
I'll be
dude.
close to a ledge, and I'll like think I've like waited to that last millisecond to jump off the ledge, and I'll just be like.
It's a little bit harder, dude. It's harder than the previous two, I think. But it kicks ass.
It pretty much owns face.
That first level, like it's just right.
And that's difficult too, right away at the beginning too.
Yeah,
they throw shit right at
boss,
you.
Like that.
By the way,
dude.
People, I should say people. I say Martin was asking, well, why don't you just play the EU copy? You fucking moron. And well, that's because.
He lended it to me. I was like, dude, you already got one in the mail. Hook a brother up.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
Still getting used.
So I mean, guys. Again, I'm only 3 hours into it, and it's partially just because of how much Final Fantasy 13 I've been playing. But I totally expect to just own it this weekend, and I expect
that's my plan, dude. This is gonna be the weekend of God of War,
and I expect to totally own Final Fantasy 13 and get games of StarCraft 2 in at the same time, and play Dungeon.
I don't know. I don't. Maybe if you guys are lucky, Wheat will be kind enough to like take his camera and show you the fifth grader kindergarten writing that he has on his wall for StarCraft.
Well, I posted a picture
Dude,
on Twitter. Dude.
I swear to God,
Keyboard,
looking
yeah,
at the
scout.
handwriting alone makes me think you're mildly retarded.
What are you talking? I couldn't find a pen, so I wrote it with crayon.
So
What's
you're
the
like,
problem?
hey, no scout.
No, you're supposed to scout, you fucking idiot. You didn't read my goddamn sign. It doesn't say no scout. It says you fucking better scout.
Scout.
You know what, Ed?
He's got to like probe his
Listen,
obs. I saw
listen.
that
No
too.
probes and obs.
No, oh my God, you guys are fucking morons.
Dude,
I
when he
wanna
plays the
shoot
game,
you.
he actually
We're morons.
he
You're the one who has
actually
to
did-
draw a word in huge letter and
He
crayon
actually
to remind
puts,
you to
he
do
puts
something.
on
You guys-
he puts on a helmet and a drool bucket.
You guys, you
and
know
then
what?
sits
You know
and
what's so
plays
funny
freaking-
is that I play RTSs at a higher level than you guys will ever
There he goes
fucking
with
wish
his
to
elitist
play.
attitude.
That's right. That's fucking right. Well, you know,
When
you
we-
guys like blow shit up, blow shit up. When I like to blow shit up too, but
Dude.
I also like to fucking.
When
I
you-
like the strategic
Can I ask
StarCraft,
you-
and you even said, Force, you're like, dude, there's no fucking way. I
When
go,
you
oh my
play
God, what are
StarCraft,
doing?
do you
Holy
play
shit.
like every single?
Ask
Since you're
him.
on such a
Ask
higher
him
level,
about
when you're on
StarCraft.
such.
Well,
I told
but
him.
the-
No,
I
but no,
asked-
this is my
I told
question.
him
This is
watching
my
him play
question.
does not look
Do you-
enjoyable.
I know, but he's on a higher level.
Awesome.
So do you listen just like to the most like epic fucking movie music, like every song from The Omen?
No, I listen to the
Like-
fucking StarCraft music, dude. That's epic enough.
He makes his own soundtrack. He's kind
Yeah,
of
don't get the wrong idea.
no!
Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not the next guy that's gonna fucking head to Korea and win courage or anything. I'm only
Dude, you'll get number 8.
I'm bronze league, but I'm like 8th in my ladder bronze league.
Go.
Yeah. So, you know, but the thing is
No,
that it's
that's-
fun as
it's-
shit, and I know that I'd never
It's
ever
pretty
ever
funny,
get
dude.
to the level that some of these guys play up.
Yeah,
It's fun
because
as
they're not
shit.
going to let you fucking write on the wall with a crayon
So-
at fucking that level.
What are you talking about? They do notebooks. They do all sorts of shit like that. To me, it was the ability to look over and remind myself always, because you're like processing 100 things at the same time, dude. Like sometimes you forget shit, and at that highest level, you don't forget anything. So,
Well, now
yeah.
I know.
Right.
Now I know that when I play it, I won't ever forget to scout because I'll just picture your stupid crayon picture and think about you with
That's
the helmet
dude,
and the
it's
drool
so
bucket.
awesome.
Playing
It's
Scout,
so
you
crayon.
idiot.
It's
I
so-
know you have to scout ahead and find out what the hell they're doing.
Yes.
What
And
doesn't that
why?
seem? Doesn't
But
that seem
listen,
like
listen.
from what
That
you've
was
talked?
me, dude.
No,
I just
listen.
like opening
as
What
much
you've
of the
talked
map as
about
possible.
about this game, doesn't that seem like the most like basic? Like you should be doing this. Like why do you need a note to remind you that you should be doing that?
Dude, if you played the game and
Crayon.
once you get to a level where you're, I mean, like, or you get to a point in the game where you are trying to manage, 20 different things that are going on at the same time. Like I said, you forget stuff. And I didn't play Brood War. I didn't play. Okay. I've only casted StarCraft. I've only watched games, but like, I don't have that built-in muscle memory to just, it's time for me to send a probe down to this area to make sure that he's not expanding there.
I think you're just really making excuses. You're skipping the answer everybody wants to know. And the truth is, tell them you were the captain of the Short Bus All-Stars.
Okay, guys. Build Zerglings. Okay.
Go.
Okay. No, seriously.
Okay.
What?
Fair enough.
Is that why
Fuck
you related to
off,
my kids
Painkiller.
so well? I thought you did a killer job. Is that why?
You know what? I'm at Painkiller. You could say what you want. You're fucking jealous that I'm getting the opportunity to beta test the game, and I'm having a ridiculous amount of fun playing it. It's an experience that I've never had. I've never really played an RTS competitively, except for like Companies of Heroes with fucking Suma, and he sucks. So that doesn't matter. So I'm fucking loving the shit out of it. So I don't give a fuck.
Ravager, I think you're wrong. You're giving me too much credit. I think I'm like a nut on the freaking hub of a freaking tire
For
of
what?
the Short Bus All-Star.
Whatever, dude. You're the fucking bus driver.
Yeah, he's the
dude.
driver,
You're the
dude.
driver,
Yeah,
dog. You're the
He's
mother-
auto showing up.
driver. I think so.
Dude, Otto is the man, though, huh?
I think so.
I'd throw my
guess.
headphones on for the world to ignore.
Epileptic Gaming News of the Week.
All right, guys. News of the week. And actually, this week's news was not like, oh my God, there's so much shit we got to talk about. But there is some very interesting stories and some things that I don't know that I would have caught unless I actually read a lot of shit this week. Anyway, first and foremost, this kind of blew me away. And I think even Force, you were kind of blown away by this. But
Actually, because I thought I could watch it.
the first 3D TV broadcast is going to be next week. and it is going to be the NHL game between the Islanders and the Rangers. Now, I mean, we heard, 3D was huge at CES in Vegas. We knew that these TVs are on the market. They're really hard to get because they're not manufacturing them super fast. But I knew it was coming, but I can't believe it was coming this
I'm
fucking
actually pretty
quick.
surprised about it, too, because I was under the impression that the actual first TV broadcast that was going to be 3D were going to be World Cup
Cup.
games.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
this, from what I understand and what I read about it, is like that is going to be when it's going to be available. Like a major network is going to be like, boom, here's this shit in 3D. Like this is only on Cablevision. It's on like channel 1033. They don't even expect
Cablevision or
1,000.
like Time Warner?
No, Cablevision.
Oh, really?
That's what the article said.
Ghetto-ass Cablevision?
I don't know. They don't even expect
We are
1,000
No,
people.
we're Time Warner.
Oh.
They don't expect 1,000 people to watch. But what they're doing additionally is they're broadcasting it to theaters in New York where people are paying
can go.
$20
And
to
that's
go
what
and
I
see
heard.
this in
That's what I
3D.
heard about a lot of the World Cup games, that they're going to be doing that around.
Right,
In
so-
major cities, people could go to like theaters and it'll be broadcasted to the
I
theaters.
think exactly. And now, but I think that, that they're going to put it on TV to get it to test it. It could be totally
I'm actually
fail,
amazed
you
to
know?
hear that they can do it in real time. Like I didn't know we were that far.
Yeah, all it is a camera, dude.
I thought it was like several cameras.
Well, it is several cameras, but it within a camera. They're like,
Dude, it's like ring, 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 ring.
no, it's like
It's the future. It's calling.
it's.
I'm amazed by it.
From what I understand, it's like a camera that has like two cameras that are displaced like perfectly, and then that's how they polarize it to give depth to it. I don't know. It's all a trick, I think. So anyway,
So this
amazing.
week's news came with some release dates. Crackdown 2 has finally been nailed for July 6th.
Yeah.
Excited for it. We're going to shoot out some tires right after 4th of July. Right after we
Mod
blow
Nation,
up
huh?
some tires, we're going to go shoot some out. Mod Nation
Nation.
Racers officially coming out May 25th. I'm still wondering, is this $60? I don't know. It's not.
I fucking
It's
hope
not
not,
proving to
dude.
me to be a
I don't
$60
know.
item.
I hope not.
I want to play it, but $60, I'm not sure.
Why
about.
would they do this? I don't understand.
Kane and Lynch officially coming out. Kane and Lynch Part 2 coming out August
This is
24th.
mind blowing.
Why
dude.
would they do that?
And also comes with it the fact that Jamie Foxx, now it's going to be Jamie Foxx and Bruce Willis.
In
As
Kane and Lynch?
He's not even black. Like,
Dude,
what is
he's
going
the furthest
on?
fucking thing.
Furthest
from
thing
Jamie
you could
fucking
possibly
Foxx.
get.
The furthest thing.
I was thinking maybe they could pick a Wayans brother and just dress them up like they were in the White Chicks then, huh?
Maybe if Jamie Foxx goes with all white makeup, dude.
You
then
know,
that'll be
like,
what's up.
come on, dude.
It's not being racist. It's that like, well, wait a second. Are they making this for the Hollywood? Or are they making this for the gamers? And I think it's pretty obvious.
It's
And I'm
not for the
disappointed
gamers,
because
dude.
They don't give a
we
fuck.
played Kane and Lynch for that deep story. That was just like, oh my god, this
Well,
story's so good.
But I mean, that's the point. Is that like they just
still,
take-
though, he was white.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
Don't-
The
hey,
graphics were good
hey,
enough to tell me he
Bruce
was white.
Willis said this is the best goddamn action script he's ever fucking read. Okay,
Dude, that better not be the truth.
Either, dude,
So-
either like
you know what's gonna happen.
Bruce Willis was like on a lot of acid, or
No,
maybe
no.
he's
Here's
right.
what's
dude.
gonna happen.
Maybe it is.
Paycheck.
Here's what's gonna happen, you guys. They're going to re-release the first Kane and Lynch, and they're gonna bring the guys that made Street Fighter the movie, the arcade game. You remember that shit?
Dude, I love that
where
movie.
they digitized the actors and
that
then
was
they gave them the
awesome.
fucking moves, and it
Dude.
looked totally like it looked like fucking retarded Mortal Kombat, dude. It
Dude.
was so bad.
It was
but
Pit Fighters.
Can
dude.
I
they're
ask-
gonna give those guys,
There's always been something that has
and they're gonna make
bothered
Kane and
me
Lynch the
about
movie
that.
again.
Why was
gonna
John
be
Claude
awesome.
Van Damme Guile, dude? I do not get it.
for the
Like,
hair.
What the
I'll
fuck?
tell you
their
why.
hair looked the
I'll tell
exact
you why.
same.
How
With
is
the
he
shaved
Guile?
head.
Guile's
tell you
like
why.
a fucking steak
This
and
is-
potatoes, fucking American
He-
motherfucker.
this is how-
dude.
this
Not
is
some
how I
fucking pansy
believe-
Frenchman.
This is how I believe the casting for that went. So okay. Sir, you're reading as Gilly. Guile. Oh, it's Guile. Guile. You're reading as Guile today. Go ahead and start on this line. And he's like, Charlie, when we were in the U.S. Army together, you never. I know that sounds more like Arnold.
sounds like
but-
Arnold in it.
I can't do it. Okay,
What's that?
whatever.
Listen, come on,
Right,
that's
right,
a pussy
whatever.
Frenchman.
And then
Sound
and then
angry, but be a
he's
little
like-
more gay.
He's like, He's like, yeah, that wasn't very good. And he's like, oh, well, I can do this. And then he fucking does a flash kick, and they're like, okay, you're Gilly. You're Gilly.
You're Gilly.
And that was it, dude. That was it.
And Gillian's Isle.
Gilly.
Island.
It's just I just can't believe it. But whatever. Bruce
It's
Willis
not-
says the best action script ever.
So not only do we got some game dates, but some demos are out. Just Cause 2 is bragging about 2 million downloads already. Like, holy shit, because that first one was $7.99 bin.
That to
and
me,
this one's
that's a viral demo right there.
that
I
means
bet
that people
that is
are talking about
no.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a demo that I think not that many people initially downloaded, but then when they're like, dude, you can like jump off a fucking Jeep onto a plane and slingshot yourself and land in the swimming pool and then have a drink in the cabana. And people are like, oh, okay. I'm gonna
Really?
check-
Someone told you that? If they would have told me that, I'd be playing this shit right now.
I read it on a forum, I'm pretty sure.
Splinter
it was-
Cell's demo also came out too. I mean, that's a hot property. I'm excited to see what that looks like. You know, it's not only overwhelmed
Wait,
with real
what-
games to
what
play,
game?
but the demo. I want
What
to see
game?
the next Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
I'm
that?
excited. What?
Don't be a bitch, dude. This one's all action. Everyone's bitching
Is
about it
this-
because all
is
you do
this
is
a
run around
sequel?
and shoot people.
Is this
No,
a
this
sequel?
is
When did
You-
they
you remember
made
it was like,
another
it was
one
like
of these
it was like
before?
a stealthy
I don't
type
know. It must have
game.
been so long
You had to, like,
ago. I
sneak
can't
up and kill
remember
people.
it. Fuck that.
That's kind of how I felt with Final Fantasy.
Dude, this is
I'll
like
play it
this.
probably.
This
What?
should be news story of the
Horse
week
shit.
to me.
What this?
To me is that next week Game
Oh,
Room comes
yeah.
out. Game Room, where they're launching all the old arcade games, but with Game Room comes 56 achievements, some of which I can unlock just by surfing menus. Like, dude, we are talking
Wow.
free achievement points.
Wow.
Is that unbelievable or what?
Whores. You're a bunch of whores. That's what I think about.
Dude, do you want to hear something crazy just kind of on topic? You know what I got in the email today
What?
from Nintendo was free 500 points.
For what?
Like, you haven't been in the channel in a while. Here's 500 points to spend.
They're trying to fucking win you back.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a good
no.
way to win me back, giving me $5 to spend. I wish Microsoft would occasionally give me some points.
What the fuck do they need to give
Yeah,
you points
right.
for?
They don't. Apparently
Although they
it's
did
just
give me a
booming
month of
now.
Xbox Live when I got my thing back. I didn't. I'm
Oh
sure
yeah,
you
your
guys
little
have
coup-
mentioned that.
Yeah, I had my coupon
Dude.
and lost it.
A friend of mine, he had bought the extended warranty at Best Buy, and he got the Red Rings of Death the other day. He had the old 20 gig. Like,
Right.
He took it in. They gave him an Xbox Elite with 2 free games.
Wow, I saw the new model that's
Was
out.
it
That's what
Wally
they upgraded
and-
it to?
Yeah,
Well,
he was stoked. But you know what they didn't give him? A fucking HDMI cable.
of course.
Oh yeah, component.
Yeah,
They're like,
component
sir, you need to
only.
buy one of those for $3,000.
Yeah, here's our rocket
He
fish
paid
round.
He paid $200, and I was like, dude.
for a Monster HDMI cable. You know what?
I was
And
like,
Monster,
dude,
you
what
know,
are you doing?
Monster made that thing for $3.
Tell him I'll sell him mine for
$3
$100.
fucking
No,
dollars.
took
You can have mine
he
for
took it
$100.
back, and we got him a $30.
I bet even
freaking-
less than that. He did take it back.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. It's like,
Unbelievable.
dude, what are you doing?
All right, since we're only on the second news story. So, random quote of the week. So, in a Joystick interview with Heavy Rain's director-writer David Cage, he was asked about doing another game on the same engine, and I think that's a question that even we here on EG asked a couple of times. He replied the following: "Not exactly. We would use the next iteration of the technology, and especially we would work on a new iteration of the engine. People gave very positive feedback about the graphics in Heavy Rain and the characters and stuff, but we believe that this is still very far from what we could do in the very near future. So we want to improve that, and we hope that our next product will really show a big gap in graphical quality." Now, I don't know about you guys, but I was pretty blown away by the graphics of Heavy Rain and the
I thought it
animation.
did
I was
really
too,
good.
dude. I
So,
think instead of
doesn't that-
focusing on the graphics, they should focus on like some gameplay stuff. You know, like character movement, like lose that Resident Evil kind of.
Well, that's what you
Maybe
told
that's
me. Is that
some-
one of the things we were talking about is that he actually stated he had spent so much time on the graphics that he was
Oh.
careful to like balance out to make sure they were doing
Dude.
gameplay too.
What was that?
I don't know. I think I hit this button on accident, or maybe. Oh, look at that! See one of these buttons. That I
Well, that's a
accidentally
nice
hit.
hotkey.
Look at this.
Right by you. Oh, it's got the flashlight back on.
Hey, is the video okay? It's not. Yeah, look at this. I can look at. You want to know what that? You don't want to know what feel like I'm doing? I'm warping in zealots right now, dude. All right. Oh my God. Sorry. Sorry.
An idiot. What an idiot. Dude,
right.
the frickin' the nuts have taken over.
So, Heavy Rain, I thought was good. Obviously, yes, they could work on that. Forrest talking a little bit about working on the engine versus the actual story
gameplay
itself,
elements.
right.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with Ed that they could focus a little bit more on making the gameplay a little bit more interactive, because there definitely was sequences for it.
Right.
But at the same time, I love hearing someone brag about we're going to show
we
you the
can do
next
better.
gap in graphical
and
quality.
you know what? In all fairness, I read this entire review, and I want you to know that this wasn't like a Peter monologue. Like, like when I read one of his interviews, I'm just like, oh my God, dude. Like it just the way he talks about himself and what his team's going to do and stuff. And this guy was actually very humble throughout the whole interview and said, there were things we did right, things we did wrong. This is what I would do differently. And so when he was saying that, it was more, even it had even more of an impact, because it didn't sound like he was just,
Giving
we could do.
PR,
He
yeah.
was like, we really want to make it better. So another cool info of the interview reveals that Taxidermist, which is like the first chapter,
And it's coming out April 1st for all those that didn't pre-order.
that the assets were created 2 years ago. And that Madison actually has a different voice in that chapter than she does to the whole game. And because it was made so long ago, they got a different Madison for the game, who they liked more.
The funny thing is
why
that I
didn't they
played
just-
through the whole episode, and I did not
and
even
Ryan
realize it.
Have the new Madison redo the voice work.
I don't know. Because
She
maybe they were
speaks
working
exclusively throughout the entire.
So
I mean, it would have been a lot of work.
But it just goes to show, because Forrest and I were talking about this too, it just goes to show that, they could have made a lot of stuff while they were working on the engine.
No,
and
it
that's
just
probably
goes to
what
show
they did.
you made me pre-order this bitch so I could get something you made 2 years ago for free. That's what they were doing. That's why she didn't revoice it.
All right. So the new BioWare Star Wars MMO has been getting a lot of attention for sure, but two questions remain up in the air. When is the release date and how much this bitch costs? Well, neither are answered, but a GM of BioWare says that they want to make sure that people are going to get a, quote, good value
Is
for
that
their
GM?
money.
Like,
gonna
does
be
that mean a
15
grandmaster at
dude.
I don't
BioWare?
know. No, general
15
manager.
bucks,
Are you
dude.
sure it means general
General
manager? It's
manager.
BioWare we're talking about.
$14.99.
And they will have a, quote, traditional model with a few twists.
$14.99, and you
Got a
can
twist.
use real money to buy hard to get items.
Yeah, they're gonna combine microtransactions and monthly
Watch,
fees.
dude.
We'll give you
Watch.
15
That's
bucks
our
plus make you
twist.
charge
I
extra.
bet that is the twist.
But is that a good value for their money? To anyone who wants to spend more money, I think it is.
Well, it
What-
is when you hear
if that's what it
they
is,
came out
dude,
and
horseshit.
stated that we're expecting 2 million
2 million.
subscribers. They need 1 million just to break even. Apparently, like it is like the budget's gone just beyond what EA's ever spent, and they need at least 1 million to break even, and they're like expecting 2 million. At the same time, I don't know. I mean, is the world done with Warcraft? There is that audience out there.
There's an audience, but you know what? Did they have 2 million Star Wars Galaxies players? Granted, that was like pre the big
Well,
MMO
I mean, you got to
push.
understand too that,
But I mean,
that studio
yeah.
name alone carries a lot of weight nowadays.
but you know what? Yeah,
I mean, who made Star Wars Galaxies? Do you know? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I do.
LucasArts, right?
Who,
SOE.
LucasArts?
SOE.
Oh, Sony Entertainment?
Yeah.
Shit. Well, I know I didn't buy it because they made it. I know I bought it because it was Star Wars.
Shit.
I mean, damn, they did screw that up.
No, but
Sony?
dude, like BioWare definitely does have a good name, and on top of that, you got to imagine people are pretty disenchanted with World of Warcraft right now. Like I'm sure, and
I mean,
like,
it's not really in the news.
what are the
no big
options? Like
expansion
World of
packs,
Warcraft,
no.
Warhammer, the Star Trek, fucking garbage.
Star Trek's really the only
It's
real
doing pretty
competition out
good.
there.
Yeah,
People
but
like
still,
it.
I think people are
Nerds
probably
like
like,
it.
Of course they
It'll
do.
do well.
Dude, there were some guys sitting in my bar the other day talking about some ensign in fucking Star Trek Next Generation who wore different fucking color suits every episode. I was like, really? That's what you guys come to the bar to talk about? There's a group of girls right there. Fucking
Shows you the bar you run.
Ensign Lucas was wearing a yellow outfit. It's like,
Wow.
what the fuck, dude?
Don't you?
Are
Because you run
kidding
that
me?
bar, can't you just kick them out?
I wanted to.
Did
fucking
you just
spit in
drop a
their
Star
eye,
Wars
dude.
quote? Come with me, guys.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, dude. What the fuck's wrong with you?
So the Final Fantasy 13 review is up this week, and it wouldn't be an official release if someone didn't cry about some issue with the game. Now, in this case, I had to report about this more because Kotaku actually posted about it. I didn't find it anywhere else, but Kotaku posted a single rumor. One guy.
No, I saw a story linked off GameTab that like one of the most highly read was Final Fantasy 13 has locking up issues.
And where was
Freezing.
Where did it link to?
Probably Kotaku.
Kotaku, right. It was the only place that posted about it. And that one guy posted on Kotaku says that his Final Fantasy 13 locked up on the same spot every time. No matter what copy of the game he was playing, one guy was enough for Kotaku to post a major headline news story.
I posted it as an alias.
I mean, I'm not being a fanboy here, but
You think that dude gave it an 8?
I did it, dude. I did it to
That dude
see
gave
how
it an
far
8?
Kotaku would take it.
dude,
And my game hasn't locked up.
You know what? I bet this same guy, his Prius sped up. His 2005 Prius, the brakes locked up or the acceleration.
I don't know what's but they were like, yeah, this one.
I didn't even know this next shit was in the works, dude. It's already hit betas. That
don't
Need for
care.
Speed, the MMO, like, would I pay?
Okay,
Like, I mean, is
dude.
this like, what, is it a microtransaction? I can't see myself paying $15 a month to play
I
it.
got a question.
The screenshots actually look decent.
Didn't they make a Need for Speed MMO already? Wasn't there another
I don't
MMO that
remember it.
wasn't Auto Assault? Because I loved Auto
I do know
Assault.
that there's been several racing MMOs.
There was only
Has there?
there
Yes,
was what
I mean
was
not. I don't want to say
MMOs,
several,
like
but I remember
full-on MMO?
reading about. Yes, there's all kinds
The
of
only
like
one
car
I can
ones.
think of is Auto Assault. And, like, that game was all right.
Dude,
No,
you
Auto
and another
Assault
4
would have been
people playing
better
it?
if there were more than. And you know what? They made the major mistake that many MMOs on launch make, and they open like 50,000 servers because they expect 1 billion people to play. When in actuality, like 2 people log into each of the servers, and then they're like,
Dust bunnies.
and
just
you know
racing
what? You know
across
what's
the
funny?
road.
It got to
Crows.
the point where people that, and this was even the death because they did eventually combine the servers. But I was reading stories about like guilds that were like we're 12 strong, where they needed like 50 cars to defeat a boss, and they couldn't get more than like
Couldn't get enough
25 and shit. They were at like that level and whatnot. So it was a ghost town. But no, wasn't there? Did anyone say? No, was there not a Need for Speed?
No, there was no Need for Speed MMO.
Well, there wasn't an MMO though.
What other racing MMO has there been?
Oh, Drift
There has
City?
been. There has been.
I don't know. There has been. Whatever. So, yeah, Need for Speed World.
Test Drive Unlimited.
So the
Test
DRM,
Drive was supposed to be like you were always online
oh.
and other people could
Motor
join
City
you.
Online.
Motor
Thank
City
you,
Online.
Doc.
There we go.
Thank you. So the DRM battle continues. Last week it was Ubisoft. This week it's EA. In a post on the Command & Conquer 4 forums, EA community manager, you've actually seen him in old EG videos, is a good friend, APOC, writes this. First thing to be clear about, Command & Conquer 4 has no DRM. Zip. Zero. Zilch. None. And I think that kind of sounds like what gamers want, you know, based off of all the DRM stuff that's come up recently. Until you reach this a few lines later.
I know this cracks me up.
By the way, to play Command & Conquer 4, the computer needs to be connected to the internet
At all times.
at all time.
Why?
We have no copy protection. You just have to be logged into our server the entire time you play.
Because, now, and here's where, okay, so, I mean, we'll talk about how we feel
Because
about it,
it
but
does have
reactions are
fucking copy
mixed.
protection
So,
on it.
on one hand, people argue, you know, this is stupid because what do I do in 10 years when the server's down? And I'm like, yeah, I want to go back and play. And you know what? People do that. It's not everyone, but I mean, they bought the game, they should be able to. While others are defending it, saying that it has this level up achievement system, kind of like, I don't know, like a
FPS,
Call of Duty, right?
yeah,
Like
Call
an
of Duty.
FPS. And they always did say that they were going to have like cloud game saves. But I mean, like, is this really what we're coming to now? And we talked about DRM last week, but is this what we're coming to where you're not going to be able to play? Like, we bought this game and we can't play it in an
That's
offline
ridiculous
capacity?
that there's no. I mean, I could see online requiring. Well, I guess online would always require a constant connection, but that's ridiculous to think that a game that you play for a lot of the single player shit, you know, because I always do those outrageous stories and stuff, and a lot of people enjoy the single player, and to force you to be on the internet the whole time is ridiculous.
Well, and then to say that we don't have any DRM and then...
Well, it
doing
appears that Steam was
and
sick
then
of.
do have DRM.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's practically the same.
It is practically.
I mean, we
the
were talking
same.
about Ubisoft.
It's
You had to be
bullshit,
constantly connected to an Ubisoft server, and apparently Steam got sick of it. I just read an article
They
today that
did.
they pulled Assassin's
They
Creed
pulled
and Silent
them.
Hunter because of it. They were
From
tired of listening
Steam,
to people
yes.
complaining, and it was so sketchy that Steam pulled it from their services.
Yeah, good game. Good game on that. And you know what? Like, I kind of have been talking some smack about Valve, and them, being all greedy at the Left 4 Dead franchise. But this is, I like to see them take a stance and say
Valve
like,
is greedy. They're like just constantly trying to milk you for money. All that free content they pump out all the time.
You know what? You sound like the guys on our forums, and I won't hear it. I don't have the soundboard loaded up. That was something I forgot.
Bastard.
So
Whoopsie.
Ed is going to give us a no one wants to hear about it now. Go ahead.
No one wants to hear about it now.
That was okay.
That's the best part, dude.
No.
Chocolate rain.
All right.
There we go.
Everyone will get a chance to do that today. All right. So a company is or was wrong when they admit it a second time. I mean,
Yeah, I love this story.
So
The
in
little
a
guy.
desperate plea to save face, Sony has admitted yet again that passing on Demon Souls was fucking stupid. And you know what? It's pretty sure. And I'm not sure why they keep hammering the issue, but with the pending sequel, you can bet that lots of people want to publish the shit out of Demon Souls 2. They're like, it's a
Signs
franchise,
up, dude,
right?
yep.
Obviously, a lot of people are going to play that. So what was supposed to sell 15,000 copies? That's like what they were realistically projecting. It ended up selling almost 1 million.
Dude, and you know
750,000.
what? It's all because of a review on a little show called EG.
Is that
By-
why?
It was
By yours
all
truly.
yeah.
I
It was all Ed, dude.
I would actually even go back a little further, Ed, because remember when we
We were talking about all the unique features that were coming with the game.
we
way
talked
ahead of
about
it.
like the ghost thing, and then when they first talked about in Japan, and I remember it. I just want to say fuck you.
we were
to
like,
you
we don't
guys.
even remember hearing anything about this game, but it
At
just
what-
came out.
I think you asked me one time, Force, why do we even talk about these Why do we care? Or maybe it was someone, I don't know, but someone asked me like, why do you even care
probably some
about
crazy
that? And
bitch
we were
in the
talking
forums.
about Demon Souls came out of nowhere in Japan, and that's
Yeah.
what blew it up.
Yeah,
and started all
because we were
that
talking way back then,
interest,
Demon
so.
Souls, and then somebody in our channel, Pound EG or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it is, said, "Ed, play this game,"
Yeah.
and I did, and then I was like,
It's-
"Force,
And it was
play
on.
this
Yeah.
game," and you did, and then you're like, "We
all
play this
Ed.
game."
Damn it.
It
So,
was me.
You guys, HD Remix. It was just a buzzword last year, and now HD Remix is turning into a genre within itself. The most recent victim is Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. Now, this title by Ubisoft, hopefully no DRM, originally for the DS, is part RPG, part Puzzle Quest, and part Tactics, and now it's coming to our home systems with a pretty epic HD overhaul. Now, keep in mind, this was a Nintendo DS game, and it looked good for a Nintendo DS game, but now it looks real nice. And so
Actually, I need to see this now that you're
it-
bragging it up this much.
it looks fantastic, and they've also included several changes to the game that many people asked for, including a co-op feature, which is pretty mind-blowing because it changes the way
now
the game
you
will be
played the
played.
original. Is it
Yes.
online co-op or same system?
There is no co-op in the original. That's why this is such
But I mean,
a-
how did they mention how this one would be?
I really don't know about that. I don't think they gave that information. But they also some mechanics to help speed up the slower aspects of the game. The travel was a little slow. So this is an incredibly underappreciated title that reviewed quite well, and hopefully the HD Remix will give it a little bit more exposure to the gamers out there. I played probably about 60% of it on the DS on a couple trips, so it's pretty decent. So I have so many articles in a row. Bungie Aerospace.
I can't even believe you were wondering what that is. It's
What do you mean?
clear.
What?
They're gonna start building UFOs.
Well, people
They're
actually
pulling
said
a
that.
Richard Garriott. He's like,
Dude, they
Garriott
are
had to
going to
fly
put-
with another crew. We're gonna make our own crew.
No,
and our
that's
own
what John
ship.
Carmack does. Remember, he builds those
Oh
fucking
yeah, I
rockets.
do remember that.
Yeah, dude.
So Bungie Aerospace, you might be asking what the hell that is. Well, your guess is as good as mine. However, the smartest speculation that I've read is that Bungie may be launching themselves into multi-platform territory by releasing their own engine. Right? Makes sense. Can Bungie join the ranks of Epic and Crytek and Rage, etc.? So Halo Reach has only shown alpha and beta footage. Can it compete with those other beasts, I think is the question. But
hell yeah, dude.
I think
dude, love or hate Halo, fucking that shit is fun. And it's
But
yeah, but would you want to play another first-person shooter in
just
that
because
engine?
you make a game, think about how many games have been made with Unreal Engine. It hasn't made a game good. So I'm not sure.
Yeah,
what
and
you're
not
trying
and
to do.
Halo isn't always
Halo's
been
not
known
good?
for mind-blowing graphics.
No, but
They're
just because
serviceable,
they
but they're
made
not like,
Halo
oh my God.
and they make an engine doesn't mean that every game that's made with that engine will be good.
Well, I agree, but I think Bungie they're pretty successful.
You're just saying that they should sell this engine.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, I think more competition amongst those guys that do make these engines, the better our games are going to be. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have a good engine, for the most part, what it's good for. Obviously, multiplayer aspects would be huge as well. So we'll have to see. When did I say Batman wasn't good? Did I say that?
no, I don't think you ever said that.
No.
I didn't say every game in the Unreal Engine was bad. I just said there are games made in the Unreal Engine that look like fucking butt. Just because you make a good engine doesn't mean that you're going to make an awesome game. If I bought the Unreal license and gave the engine to fucking Ed, he's not going to make something amazing just because he has the Unreal 3
just play a
engine.
freaking game Atari made with the Unreal Engine.
There's gonna be
I mean,
there's gonna
they
be
see that
titties
ton
and
of that
money
shit, none of
shots
it won
all
any
over
awards.
that engine, dude.
They'll all be square because
Spider-Man.
I don't even know what that is, but it's funny. All right, so another Bungie news. The Marathon trademark was refiled about a week ago. Marathon was Bungie's FPS breakout game for Mac.
Dude, I tried to replay it on Xbox Live, and it's old. It's a little too old school for me.
It could be that they're just doing some cleaning and making sure that they retain the trademark, but it might also be a clue as to what's next for Bungie. Marathon actually takes place in the same universe as Halo.
So this is kind of cool. This next story in that Microsoft, they got shit because they weren't allowing third-party memory cards on their unit.
Yeah.
Well, now it appears that they might be actually allowing. Appears. I mean,
Yeah.
we saw the screenshot of the USB stick, but using one of those mass capacity USB sticks as a memory card for the unit, being able to keep your saves and stuff on that and transfer.
Who uses a memory card anymore?
I do.
I use a USB stick
Dude,
daily.
listen, let me set all you motherfuckers straight, okay? Do yourself a favor, drop the money on a memory card, and just put your gamer tag on a memory card.
Why?
Because then you just rock your memory card all the time.
Yeah,
I've
dude.
got multiple Xboxes.
He can jump on my box.
you-
We both can
I
get on
can-
Halo, talk at the same time.
Do you have a little pendant that you wear it on?
No, but I should get one, bitch.
You probably should. I'll buy you one next time for your
Yeah.
birthday. It'll be cute.
All right, do that.
Mhm.
I want it to be fucking pink with
Yeah,
Hello
it
Ed's,
will be
Ed's not a
pink, dude.
social
It'll be
gamer. He
pink as
doesn't. He
fuck.
doesn't go around to his friend's house and play with them.
I don't know why, but I saw people.
I
on
don't need
Twitter
to
the
go to
other
my
day,
friend's house and play. Fucking, I can see them online and play with them on my TV, where I don't have to split the screen and be like, God, I wish I was playing this game with my full screen capacity.
Well, listen, there are also guys out there that will they do go over and play Call of
I like
Duty
having company.
or
I like
Street
having
Fighter
someone
or
right
whatever, and they can just be rocking their gamer card and be like, bleep, and then boom, sign it. I mean, it's
okay,
like,
I agree
just
with you
don't
on
get
the
it.
Street Fighter.
Now, there's a reason. There's another reason for this shit, guys. And we're going to talk. Just remind me. You have to remember, Forrest, when I talk about the 360 Slim, remind me about the USB. Remind me about what you just talked
Okay.
about.
the 360 Slim.
Yeah.
And I
Hold
saw
on.
someone saying good luck hooking a 500 gig USB up to it. You can.
We'll get to that.
I mean, you can to play
It's a
Abby's and movies off of. We play
Yeah.
TV shows off our little 500 portable hard drive all the time.
Yep.
But and not only that, but I like the thought of maybe downloading saves if all of a sudden, because you could never really get your saves onto those memory cards. Can we get some hacked shit, dude, where it's run through this game with infinite ammo type of stuff? Like we used to do
You're
with
a
our
bitch.
Game Shark. That's what I want, dude.
All right.
are a
We'll
bitch,
talk about
dude.
that some more. So rumors are just that. They're rumors, but this is like the fucking vaporware rumor, dude.
It won't die, dude.
It's like people keep bringing it up. People will report on it every time they talk about it, but at the end of the day, I don't think it ever in a million years will happen. No matter how much they talk about it, I question whether we'll ever see this. ever. For the 8th time in like the last 20 minutes.
They're going to redo Leisure Suit Larry.
Another Square Enix head, this time Final Fantasy 13 director Toriyama says he wants to remake Final Fantasy 7. He says, quote, if we had the manpower and the time to work on a project, if we were to remake Final Fantasy 7 with the same quality of Final Fantasy 13, it would become a tremendous project. If we can get the number of people we all need, by all means, that would be the one I would want to remake. Not only do they make some of the best games, guys, they are also the kings of the cock tease, because they
have been teasing it for a while, dude, just licking right at it.
And every time they're like, you guys, tomorrow we're going to hold a press conference, and Toriyama's going to just fart. And when he farts, then he's going to say he wants to remake Final Fantasy VII. And everyone will like post videos, and it'll be on like the top story on fucking every news site. It's just like, Jesus fucking Christ, just leave it alone.
And he's going to name his fart.
I don't know why they keep blaming it on like the
Cloud.
manpower.
Leave it alone.
It's like, what are you doing now? Final Fantasy 13's done. All right, now's the perfect time. You got the manpower.
You know what? I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh when they're like, guys.
Exactly, Black Whiff. What the fuck about Kingdom Hearts 3, dude? Where is my fucking Kingdom Hearts 3?
Hopefully that's why they don't have enough
Exactly,
staff to
but
remake Final
you know
Fantasy
what?
7.
I guarantee you in like 2 years, they're going to be like, guys, we're remaking Final Fantasy 7.
They're going to fart.
It's coming with motion control
No,
on the
no,
Nintendo Wii.
Oh,
no,
God,
dude, not even that. The DS.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the remake you've all been waiting for is coming to the
They
DS.
would do some crazy shit like that.
This just
I know
cracks
it's
me
Black
up.
Wolf.
This
The
next
Whiff.
story cracks me up because I always love seeing big studios who make games for the machines, talking about the machines they make. And the Codemaster Studio Vice President Gavin Cheshire, he talked about how he recently bought a PSP, and he says, well, speaking as a person who bought a PSP, the problem is that I always thought, well, it has a better screen than the iPod. I'll be using it more. But the thing is such a bollocking useless waste of space. I love that he calls it a bollocking useless waste of space. He talks about what a bitch it was just to get like his first game onto it. And it's just like, it cracks me up that like, this is Codemaster saying it, not just like some noob.
I won't
Say
pick
the
up my
PSP
PSP until
fail.
the next Kingdom Hearts comes out.
Is that it?
There hasn't been.
I'm looking at, as soon as I get the $9.99 Killzone, not Killzone, Resistance Retribution, I'm all over it, dude.
Oh. All right. So what's up for Ono after Super Street Fighter 4? Not Hyper Super Street Fighter 4. Thank God. He'd like it to be Darkstalkers, but he believes the company should take a, quote, chill pill on the upgrades a bit. I think it will really depend on how well Super Street Fighter 4 does when it's released. It's going to come out April 27th, and I know I'm going to be buying. Now,
Dude, how about some rival schools?
dude, at this point, I think Capcom should just pump out fighting games. Seriously.
Really?
When you love...
You're so... Whatever, dude. Resident Evil was freaking awesome. Lost Planet's going to be awesome. I
Lost
think they should
Planet's
just,
gonna be
they
awesome.
should just focus on making fighting game. Whatever.
They should
Look.
do a new Mega Man.
Whatever, dude.
A
Look,
dope-ass Mega Man.
Why wouldn't they have a division
For
that
fighting
just
games only?
releases like 3
Oh, yeah.
fighting games a year?
Oh, no, I don't agree. Like, maybe a dedicated
I'm
studio,
not
but
saying
not
like
the
a
whole
Marvel-
company.
I mean, fuck, dude. If I could get Dead Rising 2 faster because they stopped making that shit, then by all means. But I don't think that Super Street Fighter 4 is impacting Dead Rising 2 at all.
No,
It's
I
like
don't
that.
think so.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they've always they've always made the fighting games that I enjoy. And
I don't, dude.
keep
I
pumping 'em out.
would really, really, really like to play Rival Schools again. Like an updated version of Rival Schools would be the fun.
Really?
Maybe it'll happen.
Dude, did you ever play Rival Schools?
No, I mean, I've never heard you mention your love for Rival Schools before.
I love Rival
do?
Schools. Oh yeah, dude. Like Wheat and I had some epic Rival Schools matches, dude. Are you being a bitch?
Facetious bitch alert!
I don't think we've mentioned the word remake without Rival Schools coming out.
Dude,
Yes, I've heard
Ed
it.
forgets about it. He's like, dude,
I'm gonna bust you in your grill.
let's talk about Ultima Online. We've never mentioned that game on the show before. No, I'm just playing.
But we haven't talked about Power Stone lately.
I actually like that one. I was better at that one than I was at Rival Schools.
Power Stone, dude. That shit was kind of fun. Kinda.
Yeah.
So this next one's a big surprise to the world. I saw the footage and it actually looked pretty sweet, but Gears of War 3 apparently is in the making. Did you know that? I mean, I thought they would have just cashed in on that franchise after 2. but they're going for a third. Epic finally demoed some footage. Supposed to be showing off the new upgraded Unreal Engine. Did you watch it? Wasn't much, but it looked good, dude.
Don't really care.
The interesting thing, though, is that one of the companies, or not one of the companies, Edge, says that they got info about it coming out in April of next year, which would be pretty amazing. And someone was talking about how they thought Killzone 3 is going to get announced this year and come out right against it.
You know what? This is the Epic. Epic, I'm declaring right here on Epileptic Gaming, I'm pulling a Sonic on you when Gears of War 3 comes out, okay? I'm pulling a fucking Sonic boycott.
Dude, what if Gears of War 3 is the greatest thing ever?
Instead of buying your fucking Gears of War 3, I'm just going to buy Lost Planet 2 again for the second time.
Dude, whatever.
And then we'll see who's boss.
Why? What?
Okay?
What are you so mad about with Gears of War?
I'm not. I just, you know what? I'll play it. Mike will get me to play it. I'll enjoy it,
dude.
I'll just like, no, I don't, you know, like,
dude, it was amazing.
I hope
Part 2 had some holy shit
I
stuff
hope Cliffy B is listening, and then next time he sees you, he just fucking slaps you in your grill, dude, for talking shit.
I know. Don't you feel like you
Cliffy
have to?
B
Like,
wins,
I mean, they
like,
named
yo,
the character
bro,
after you.
He's
Don't
like,
you feel like you
up?
have
He's
to?
gonna hug
love
it, and he's gonna be all like, "Oh yeah, dude, Marcus, thanks for panning my game." Bam, dude, fucking nut shot.
You know what? I could. That'd
Cliffy,
be fine.
if you're listening,
he won't.
that's okay.
He won't. You know
Do
what?
it.
I'd put Cliffy in his place. I'm telling you. I'm being honest, because you know what I do? I'd play the Cliffy. What happened, dude? You were a pioneer of esports, of competitive gaming. You yourself even said that you felt like this was important and this was an area you needed to grow. And making Gears of War 3 isn't growing that shit. What happened to the Cliffy I knew once, man? Where did he go? Okay, Jazz Jackrabbit 2 in the CTF mode into Unreal Tournament.
Brother.
Where's that Cliffy B?
What
Okay,
happened to you, man?
Look at the Left 4 Dead team. They're just following in your footsteps,
Dude.
Cliffy. Man,
Cliffy.
dude,
You got
turn
corporate,
around and walk
man.
the other way, Cliffy.
You've
Just
gone corporate, brother.
turn around.
Help
walk
me out.
the other
Help
way.
me out with the
Man,
confusion.
You've sold out, brother.
Help me out with the confusion.
Turn around, brother.
Isn't Gears of War 2 like one of the most heavily played multiplayer on Xbox Live? What are we talking
Those
about here?
idiots don't know any better.
What are we talking about here?
They're fucking playing.
He has serviced his multiplayer crowd just fine. You just don't happen to like being able to see your
He
character
knows
when
what
you
I'm
play.
talking about.
You
He
just
knows.
feel this
I'll be
disconnect. Like, I just need to see the gun.
Cliffy, to this day, more Unreal Tournament 2004 is played at LAN events than any fucking place Gears of War is played, except for Xbox Live. You know what I'm talking about, Cliffy, dude. Just the other way.
Yeah,
buddy.
brother, he sold out, man.
Anyway, the good part of the story is that
The good part of
sold
the
out.
story. There's a good part of the
yeah,
story.
because I like Epic. Dude, Epic's freaking awesome. I don't know what this rant is you're going on, because Gears of War 1 and 2 and Unreal Tournament series have always been amazing.
changed.
And that they have another shooter in the works. That's the next studio that I want to hear something out of. I want to know what they're doing besides The Given.
Dude, I'm
I mean, I know
tired
Gears of War 3 is
shooters.
coming out. Dude,
Seriously.
they made the Unreal Engine. The Unreal Engine changed shit
What are you
for
gonna play
games,
then?
dude.
You won't play shooters. You won't play RTSs. You know, maybe it's time you got a Wii, dog. Maybe you need to move to party games. You keep talking about, no, that's going to be the move. You are going to be playing Tiger Woods with the fucking move. You watch it, dude.
No, dude, I
You're
think
gonna-
aren't.
Yeah.
Don't you think our market is
Yeah.
absolutely flooded though with shooters?
Yes.
And you're okay with
Dude.
that?
I'm okay as long as they keep stepping up the quality of
you
it.
obviously didn't play Jurassic the Hunted, dog, because if you would have gone through that, then you would be
I would've
asking
been like, dude,
stupid
I'd be like, oh,
questions
God,
like
man.
that.
Remake.
I am
The
not
question
biggest
is like, you
fanboy.
played Modern Warfare,
Yeah, I like
Bioshock. What other shooters?
Oh, let's see, Halo Reach.
Oh, yeah, I guess
I
Bad
did
Cops
play
Halo.
2,
Hey, but
No, I meant you played. You're like, I'm done with them.
Guy.
I'm like, dude, you've only played 2. How could you be done with them?
I'm sure
no,
there's
I'm
a.
not done with them. I'm still gonna play them, but it, like, you know, if like a God of War is
Why didn't
sitting
you
next
guys
to, like,
help
a
him?
Battlefield Bad Company. What
Instead of kicking him, someone needs to learn some chat moderation.
Jesus, dude, Max Payne, what a prick.
He was like, he didn't even give him a warning. He was like, no. You are Nazi zombie, therefore you must be
Max, dude, on the fucking like quick to press the red button.
What do you think? Another shooter from Epic. I mean, that could be Unreal Tournament.
I hope it's not, because they've already kind of admitted that 3 didn't do what they expected.
Didn't they do Turok?
No, it was Atari.
Oh, I thought Epic did some Turok.
Yeah, they wish they did Jurassic the Hunted, dude. It's so fucking bad.
Oh god!
Even better is like Unexplained. I know, dude, but
Well, listen, dude. Are you bored with this?
Yes,
Are we boring you?
We still have a page and a half, and I'm like, dude, let's do some review.
Hold on, but Unexplained, you just get this power to like see the critical parts of dinosaurs when you activate your adrenaline.
It's just
in Jurassic. I mean, that sounds awesome.
It's
because, dude, it's totally.
Dude, I totally want to know what the vital organ is in the T-Rex.
Of your scientific research in the anatomy of these extinct beasts.
Yeah,
it just happens.
His heart, aim for his heart. All right. Last year, because their brain's so tiny, you know. Last year, we were treated to a leak from China, which eventually became the PS3 Slim, despite the fact that people claim there's no way, present company included, that could happen. Well, the Chinese may bring another secret to light as pictures surface showing the new guts of an upcoming 360, folks. That's right. The biggest difference is that the CPU and the GPU, which is the graphics, are combined. That was part together, part combined, combined. In a much smaller chip. It's not just So it's not just a new model. It's a complete redesign like the PS3 Slim. So with Natal releasing this later this year, it would make sense that the 360 could reduce the size of the console, therefore reducing the cost of the console and making Natal less of a hit on the Microsoft wallet. Or it could just be total bullshit. However, people looking at it, they are saying,
I almost wonder how many adopt the Wii instead of the freaking Xbox 360 because of its size. I mean, I would love a smaller Xbox 360.
Video fell.
They
say there's something ticking on Force's chest, and that's probably the sniper sitting up in the roost.
It's back.
It looks like it's fine, guys. You can't.
So this is where these guys go. I was wondering, where were the two ex-studio heads of Modern Warfare going to end up?
Wait a second. Remember, we have to talk about that USB thing, about the Xbox 360 Slim.
Talk about it.
Can I just mention that real quick?
You're still talking about the Slim?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was the news story we were on before somebody tried to snipe you.
Yes.
Oh.
So the 360 Slim, right? And think about this. Slim, adding USB hard drive support. People are speculating that the hard drive that you own now will not work on this new console.
Of course not.
And that's why they're going to open that up. But I mean, that's kind of the suck.
What do you mean?
Why?
They get rid of the hard drive, make you use an external, as long as I can easily copy my old
internal. But
it was really easy for me to copy my old hard drive to my new hard drive.
Not for me, dude. I had to get all these fucking shitty different.
You had to use that transfer cable.
I had to
took a while, but I still got everything.
I had to mail Microsoft a bunch.
But I mean,
of shit.
I would go through that process again if it meant I could get a 500 gig hard drive. I freaking think Microsoft's hard drives have been the biggest ripoff in gaming history. That they're $100 for a 20 gig hard drive. It's ridiculous.
I hope that there will be some way, or they make transfers easy.
What I really want is freaking wireless built into it. That's bullshit. That I got to pay $100.
Well, we don't know. Maybe it will
add-on.
have wireless. Although the board,
I think somebody's onto something. I think
it doesn't. It doesn't matter. There's nothing that I can do right now.
We were talking shit on Cliffy B, and he has now attacked the show, dude.
Whatever.
We are being dominated.
Cliffy. I don't know the soundboard either. Whatever. It's I can't. There's nothing that I can do to fix it right now. It looks like internet problems. So sorry. Well, you're next.
I was going to talk about where the ex-studio heads, because I thought Modern Warfare, those being big, huge video game geeks, ended up at a talent agency in Hollywood. I mean, I know it's supposed to be like the biggest talent agency in Hollywood, the creative talent agency, but does that mean they're going on to movies? Because I'm not sure I look at Modern Warfare 2 and think, wow, these guys got a vision for movies.
Let me tell you something. William Morris, which is also one of these big agencies, UTA, another big one. This one's CTA. They have more, when they say they sign to an agency like that, they do like writers, they do screenwriters, they don't actors,
do programmers.
But you know what they do is but these are guys that come up with ideas. These aren't necessarily the guys coding all the code. These are the guys that coming up.
So
with
what do you mean?
ideas,
I mean, you think that
producing.
they sign up with these guys with the intentions of still making games?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that these talent agencies see guys like
So what are you gonna do?
Will
Like
Wright
license out these two dudes to
dude,
come to a
look,
studio?
This is how Hollywood works. These guys, because of the Activision lawsuit, their names have become more common. So a talent agency takes them and basically represents them. I mean, here's a great example. Talent agency actually represents Ustream, what we broadcast on. Maybe that also helps them get access to other talent. So by signing game developers on there, that could also give them access to all the actors that are also under CTA. There's crossbreeding and stuff that goes on there. It makes a lot of sense to me. It could be.
Let's just throw it down right now. You say going into video games. I say they're going to be making movies.
You think they're going to make movies?
We'll just say it right
Okay.
now. That's what I think's happening.
All right.
Whatever they're going to do, they're going to be making money.
The next
And
one really
lots of
pisses me off. A freaking map pack. That just, for one thing, of course I don't make the games, but in my head, making one freaking map and taking forever to do it, what's the big deal? Kids do it in their garage nowadays, and $15 they're charging for their next freaking map pack. A fourth of the game, $15. 3 levels, 2 of them, which is sweet. Crash is one of them. I really want to play Crash from Modern Warfare, the original, in part 2. But I don't want to pay $15 for some new maps. That just really pisses me off.
Yeah, you'd pay 99 cents a track for fucking music.
For 15 songs? Hell yes.
You're paying
That's
$3
15
a
different
map,
gameplay
dude.
experiences. I don't want to pay. I especially don't want to pay
use,
for 2
let's,
maps.
Let's
They're already
use
there.
the term different loosely in saying that you're getting a different
how?
gameplay
How am I using it
experience in a freaking rhythm game.
I am. The song is the experience to me. The gameplay
You're still
is
doing
the
same boring ass shit, dude.
That's why it's the song that makes it for me. I know I'm going to be doing the same shit with each one. It's enjoyable if I like the game, the song that goes with it.
I will not be getting this, but I will
I'm not either.
download
I mean,
the
I won't be getting
Battlefield
it.
ones.
Someone gets me a code, I'll take it and I'll play the hell out of it. But I'm not paying $15 of my own dollars for it.
I'll play the Battlefield ones. That'll be awesome.
You'll pay for the Battlefield ones.
No, they're
Yeah,
free,
I'll pay
dude.
for
Oh,
it.
are they?
All
'Cause we
free
paid
cents.
for it.
All free. Free cents.
So, guy makes a game called Zits and Giggles.
That's actually, I should give him props for that.
It is kind of a funny name. Guy goes to GDC and says, quote, he absolutely fucking hates the iPhone App Store, comparing it to the low-quality Tiger handheld gaming market of back in the day, which I kind of enjoyed those, actually.
Yeah.
I owned way too
were
many when
I
you see how
know,
shitty
dude.
they are nowadays.
Apple removes Guy's app from store. Guy is pissed. Guy doesn't know why. Apple laughs as their, quote, Tiger handheld store continues to rake in the big bucks.
Cha-ching.
How does he not understand why? He's talking shit on him, and they're like, go fuck yourself.
Well, that's like Codemaster saying the PSP Go is a piece of shit, and Sony saying, well, we're pulling all Codemaster titles, which I don't think they would do. I don't think that's fair. I mean, especially something that's supposed to be open to the public. I mean, the game... And the game is just zits that you pop. There's nothing offensive about the game.
There isn't.
That's sketchy.
So,
That's sketchy. That's some Nazi Big Brother shit.
hey, we're Apple. Take that shit down.
Did you
I'm okay with it.
did you hear about the Apple app where you bounce on a trampoline and put postage on boxes?
No.
It's called Tramp Stamp.
yeah, dude. I want to get it just for the fucking name. Why wouldn't you?
Wow. Okay. We're almost done.
That
We're
just
almost
cracks
done.
me
When
up.
I was golfing, a guy had an app on his phone that was pretty useful. It was police caller, dude. He could turn in to whatever county he was in.
We have the alert that alerts us.
and you can
to
listen
nearby.
to like where police are and what they're doing. I was like, dude, that is
Dude, the other app
that is
that
a
cracks
handy
me up.
fucking app. That
Listen
is
to this
handy.
shit, dude. Final Fantasy 13, the iPhone app came out this week.
Well, what's that?
Dude, a collection of photos
from the game.
and a calendar.
And they're like in cool poses and shit.
Oh my god!
But dude, it's sweet photos from the game. But guess what?
Can't you just get them online anyways?
Dude, well, listen though. I mean, why not get the app? It's only $8.99 for a collection of photos.
For fucking still shots?
Photos.
You want to see it? I bought it.
For photos.
I bet you did.
You better
dude.
not have.
I
Bitch.
bet you
Of course I
fucking
did,
did.
dude.
I would. That shit would be broken from launching.
Let
it.
me see the bottle of Vaseline you got with it too, so I can see you jerking off the lightning.
No, I
The funny thing is that you can get all the complete
Did
Final
you really
Fantasy
buy
1,
it?
Final Fantasy
Did you
2
buy it?
remix.
Huh?
what?
Did you buy it?
What do you think that screen's about to say as it's loading up here?
It
it
got
actually
served.
It's
I'm
gonna-
a little
No,
surprised.
It's
say.
totally gonna say. It's gonna say.
Dude, it's
gonna
taking
say,
forever
Ed,
to load
it's
up
gonna
a
say,
photo.
Ed, if Wheat did actually buy this, stand up and punch him.
Oh shit! What's that say, Ed? Square Enix. Are you ready? You asshole! It's Final Fantasy 2. You're such a dick, dude. God,
Punch too soon.
I didn't buy it. It's fucking Final Fantasy 2.
Well,
Man, you
that's-
know what? Fuck you.
I'm not good with surprises.
God,
I'm not very
you're such
good
a
with
prick.
them.
That's pretty ridiculous, by the way. For
$8.99. That cracks me up. This one I'm actually kind of happy to hear. Battlefield already 2.5 million copies.
Yeah.
On record to be the largest March release ever in like the history of games, and we've had some big launches in this industry, and people are raking it in now. They got the servers are all fixed. I can jump into games instantly. I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it, and it looks like a lot of people are too. So
well, they
props
said,
to them.
and they came out and said that it was the most people had been playing the game of any of their.
Any of their franchise, the most concurrent.
Yeah. So we got two more items. One of them, this PS Move commercial. I didn't get it. I'm sorry. Did you see it?
No, I didn't, but I heard it like takes you back in time or some shit.
No, he goes to the future.
Oh, it goes to the future.
And he totally like knocks on the Wii, and then it's all like blatantly.
Really?
Blatantly. He's like, and over here you could see they're playing the PS Move boxing game. He's like, because no one wants to play it. But I mean, who plays a boxing like? And he's like going like that, and then he talks about he makes some remark about pretending to hold a gun in your hand with Natal, or he talks about. He's like, the favorite one. I wish I just fucking had it. I feel like an idiot right now. But he goes, one of the most important breakthroughs that we've made here and is on the release of the PlayStation Move is buttons. He's like, because, a device without buttons, what are you going to do other than play with a little red ball? And like, I mean,
You
totally
only got two buttons to use.
attacked it. But there you could go see the actual video. I'm sorry I don't have it. What I kind of like is that, Sony started this Kevin Butler marketing. And they started it in sort of, they didn't really have much marketing before that. They didn't have a public face. It was Crash Bandicoot doing like goofy shit for a while, And now they put this Kevin Butler guy in, and now they're like, let's start to get a little dirty. This reminds me of the Sega, what Sega does, Nintendo don't.
All I know is that every machine needs to justify its existence because, I mean, the Wii really beat them to the punch. They have to, like, throw barbs and say, why is this one superior? Because the market's going to be flooded, and they need to put their stamp on, why choose us.
But also we've talked about the perception of Sony versus the perception of Microsoft versus the perception of, and like, don't you think that an advert like that, you saw the God of War one, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, like, that's not appealing to the kids you teach at school.
No, probably
it's not
not.
appealing to, that's appealing like directly to, we grew up with that Nintendo. We grew up with all that shit. And I mean, it's just interesting that they're finally like, okay, this is who we are. This is what we're going to try to do. So hats off. Kevin Butler's fucking hilarious. Plus, if you follow him on Twitter, it's obviously not him, but it's someone, like because it's some guy like wrote about the PlayStation Move commercial in German. and he retweets it. He's like, I don't know what this is, but hell yeah. And it like says this, and I mean, it's just talking about it. And I don't know. It's just really kind of funny. I think I'm going to keep this last thing because we could talk about it for a long time.
Okay.
What do you think?
You're just going to wrap
That's
it
fine.
up and put it in your pocket? Just like,
Maybe I'll put it in your pocket, baby.
here you go, baby.
I think people want to. I think people want to hear.
They want to hear a
what we
review. They want to hear a review.
This is
About the greatest game of
All time. If you're trying to go to sleep.
Wow. This is going to be really interesting review, guys. It's
I'll tell
time
you what,
to-
dude. Anytime I'm really tired and I'm like, I'm having trouble falling asleep, I want to play something, and I play it. I'm down right away.
All right. Sweet.
I want to disagree with him so
I-
bad, and I can't.
I know. I want to disagree
Dude,
with myself, and I
My
can't.
overlay
dude.
has a typo,
I
and it
can't.
says Final Fantasy 12.
Oh shit! Let's talk about when it was good. We'll talk about when it used to be good.
Yes, dude.
Oh my god.
That is awesome, dude. That is a great.
So guys,
do? What are you gonna
I've
do?
been playing Final Fantasy 12, man, and we should just I don't know, man. Just take another hit from the Jameson, I guess. I can't believe it. This week in EG Phil for sure. So it does say Final Fantasy 13.
Let's
there.
talk about the expectations that came with this game.
I
'Cause
do-
almost
okay, yeah,
every
let's talk
review has mentioned it. Is
How
that
much is it sold? By
I
the
mean,
way?
we just
I
thought
don't
that
know
this game.
How much has it sold? I'm sure
who
it's
knows?
sold a
It's
lot
selling
because
like-
everybody
it's
is
selling
like, I
hotcakes.
really want this game. Like, I was so freaking excited for this game.
And
I'm not
I mean,
gonna
they
lie.
had been pumping it up for what seems like forever. We've been hearing about this game. I mean, it was kind of unfair to the game that we'd been hearing about it for so long.
Yeah, dude. I
went in there with like OMG expectations, like through the roof. This game is going to freaking blow me away. Like, I thought this was going to be the first hour of God of War 3 for 30 hours.
Yeah, dude. Me too.
Oops.
And I mean, and then once you actually play it, you know, things start to become a reality. You know, once the new car smell wears off, you know, what can you say about it? Where do we want to start?
I
know you love it. You
I'm gonna
love
let
it,
you guys
don't you?
sound stupid.
Yeah, I know. Fanboy.
The problem is with a game like this, guys, is I almost feel like, you know, when we come back, you know, we're going to take a 2-week break and come back.
We'll probably
is that you almost might hear a different review.
Maybe.
Because from what I've heard, to really truly appreciate this game is that it's like chapter 11. I mean, in all fairness, I just want to say right now the game's 13 chapters long. I'm on chapter 9. I played, guys, as much as I could.
Dude.
I'd heard 11's where the game really starts. I don't have enough time, guys. We don't have enough time in our
a
lives to
fucking
get that
13
far.
chapter game, why does the game have to begin in chapter 11? Like, why do you have to get the experience of like, oh, this game is so awesome in chapter 11?
Because
Why can't I get it
because
earlier?
they've actually said they came in with that design philosophy. We are going to tell the best story possible,
The
and the
story's
only way
not
to
that
tell that
fucking
is to
good,
make
dude.
it very linear. But that's what they said.
The story's not that good.
Guys, first and foremost, what the fuck do you think you were buying when you picked up Final Fantasy 13? I want to
don't
know.
know.
You know,
I
I ask everyone this question.
Here's what I thought I was going
Tell
to
me
buy.
what the fuck you thought
Part
you were
12
buying.
was amazing to me. Like I told you, I went and bought the $35 book, dumped 100 hours into it. I thought I was going to play something superior. The next iteration better
dude.
be better than the last one.
I
That's
thought-
what I thought.
I
But
thought
so
10,
you
I thought
need to tell
10
me.
was
Hold
really
on.
good.
You need to tell me what makes it. What made? I want to hear from you. What made 12 superior, and then you could tell me what made 10 superior.
Okay.
The side quest is what made it superior to me.
Okay.
Because Final Fantasy to me,
So hold on. Does that mean that like, you know, 8 or 9 because it didn't have as
you
much
want to know
side
why 8
questing
was
as-
unbelievable to me? Because I really got hooked on that card game. No
Card
shit.
game's pretty fun.
I
But-
loved it. I loved the shit out of it. You want to know what made 7 really
But that
appealing to
wasn't
me?
side quest.
Because I dumped all those hours into Chocobo racing.
Okay.
But they were just like small parts. The bounty hunting in Final Fantasy 12 just blew my mind. Okay?
Yeah, Bounty Hunting was
That
fun.
that is like, that's the shit because the weakest element of every Final
Okay,
Fantasy
so-
I've ever played has been the story. I knew going in the story was going to suck.
Dude, I don't agree with that. I think
It's
some of
tough
the
to tell a
stories are-
60-hour
I
story.
think
They're
some of
all
the stories
telling
are
you
good.
right now that chapter 11 is when you're going to get it.
Did I not
Why?
say
Yeah,
that?
he did say
I
that.
know that.
But my
I've read
question-
enough reviews around
Okay.
to know that it's coming.
I
wish I could have arrived there before this review.
My
Some,
question to everybody there saying chapter 11, chapter 12, chapter 13 in a 13 fucking chapter game, why in the fuck do I have to wait to chapter 11 to get the experience that I want in chapter 5?
Because it's a goddamn Final Fantasy game, dude. Why did I have to wait to find out who the main bad guy was in Final Fantasy VIII until I was 15 hours in and fucking at the end of disc 1?
15
Why did I
hours.
have to wait?
15 hours.
Why did I
Why
have to
are you
wait
waiting like 40
fucking
some odd
hours to
hours,
find
dude?
out that
Dude,
Cloud
I still
was
don't know who
actually
the
like
bad
a-
guy is. I still don't know who the bad guy is in Final Fantasy 13.
But like, I don't understand.
20
you
plus
guys,
hours. I still don't know who it is.
What makes that so? Like, why is it a bad game? Because you
Because-
don't know that. You didn't know who the fucking bad
Here-
guy in Heavy
here-
Rain was until the very
Listen,
end. Like, I feel
here's
like
the
Okay.
problem to me is that the story itself, I think, is the weakest part. Okay, the cutscenes are amazing to see. It's kind of like the Metal Gear Solid 4-itis. It looks beautiful, but the writing's usually overwritten. So I get bored with the story typically and do some side missions. And I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of bored with side missions. Let's progress the story. And you're forced to stick along in the
Okay.
story. I know the open point's coming. I'm just saying they made a really bad design decision to make you go through so much story before they give you the freedom we're so used to.
There are a few things I want to say. One, I'm going to come out and say it right off the way. Final Fantasy 13 is racist. Why is the
to
black
give the
guy?
black
Why
dude
is the
a little
black
chirp,
guy,
chirp,
dude,
cheep, cheep, yeah.
a bumbling freaking idiot, and all these fucking white dudes? Like, when have you
He's
ever
old,
seen? When have you
dude.
seen a white
his
person
age.
more athletic than a black dude?
well, Nolan North does voice Snow, so that automatically makes his character the bomb.
Drake's in Final
Okay.
Fantasy 13.
Number 2. Why can't I control my party beyond the freaking stupid fucking paradigm shifts?
Because
Dude, I
that
hate
is the
it,
battle
dude.
system.
I
That's the
hate
problem,
it.
too,
I
is
hate it.
it's-
I hate it. I hate it. I fucking hate it.
I think it's the worst battle. And you want to
It
know
is
what?
the worst fucking battle system ever, dude.
They said we've been having them manually assign every command forever. We're done. Everyone knows what to do at that point. Let's just play it for you.
Yeah.
Let's just have you.
I
you can
like
just
being able to
XX the whole
control my
time.
fucking characters, dude.
You know what? It really wouldn't bother me that I can only control one character if it like switched to someone else when I died. Like, I hate that it's game over if one dude falls, yet I got two perfectly healthy people who are capable of resurrecting right next to me.
Finally,
it's a
dude.
different
Yeah,
strategy.
exactly. Your main
It
character
bothers
dies
me.
and the other characters can't fucking Phoenix down you? What? What the fuck?
And
Really?
it leads to some of
But yet some of my accessory items allow me.
I
Okay,
don't
and now
know.
finally the last thing
I'm
that
still
really
trying to figure out because
absolutely
none of this
drives
stuff bothered me,
fucking
so.
bonkers is
Yeah.
that the absolute sexiest, hottest character in the game has the most annoying voice acting.
Oh God!
I thought, dude, I
Well, you
thought
know
there
what?
was an
At least she waves her
Blame-
arms really
blame
high
the
when she
fucking
runs.
360
I
for
thought
that,
no,
dude,
I
not
thought there was
Square
an
Enix.
option for fucking Japanese.
No, because those fucking dickweeds had to have it on the 360, and so they were just like, well, we can't make the
so instead I
versions
I have to
different.
look at little sexy ass Vanille fucking switch her ass and fucking gallivant around with the voice, dude.
You know what? I would like a chance to say a few things. First off, obviously, I've been keeping my mouth shut because I don't agree with anything that these guys are saying. I hated the battle system to start. The game definitely started off slow. But you know what? I can't sit here and talk shit about it when fucking Heavy Rain took 2.5 hours for me to really get into the shit, too. Now, it was annoying because I felt like, and I still do feel this, and it's probably one of my biggest negatives about the game, is that there's definitely, like, hand-holding. But what I don't think that you guys have found, because I swear to God the way that you talk, is that they reward you so much for being, like, an advanced Final Fantasy player. And what I mean by that is through the upgrading, through the way that you can actually expand your crystallarium, to the way that you make your paradigms. If you know how to play a Final Fantasy game, then you can
And it's
rake
easy.
face in
It's
this game.
fucking easy,
But it's not
dude.
easy. It's
It's
still
not easy.
hard. It's still
really easy to
It's
me.
not
still
easy.
hard.
It is.
seems
It
hard.
is the hardest I've ever
No way,
played.
dude. You just constantly paradigm shift. Constantly paradigm shift. I don't buy shit in this
Ed,
game.
how
I
many
have not had
paradigms
to-
have you made
I don't know. I've got like 10 or 12 paradigms.
that you've gone in and customized? I know you get options that they give you, but have you ever gone in and made your own?
No, I've yet to make my own paradigm.
Well,
why do I need to make my own paradigm when all I need to do
Well,
is paradigm
I mean-
shift and have somebody that's going to constantly heal me and I don't have to worry
Because
about shit.
It gets hard, brutal
And then
hard.
I'll
The
just
hardest,
drop potions,
the hardest I've
dude.
ever played.
And like, why don't I have armor that I can upgrade? Why
You
why's it
upgrade
got
your
why's it
accessories.
got to be my weapon?
Accessories.
I know, my weapon and my accessory. I do like the freaking skill trees, the way it works. I do like that. I'm not gonna lie, I really do like that, and I see how it impacts paradigms, which is a cool concept. But all in all, it's like fucking start win, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, and I understand that your complaint is that why should I have to play this long to get into it?
Yeah,
But
that
I'm
is my
telling you-
biggest complaint.
I'll tell you why. They came out ever since E3 when this was first announced. They're like, oh, this is the Final Fantasy where we're going to be able to like tell the story that we wanted to tell. Now, what that did is that gimped the game. At the very beginning, no doubt about it. They obviously wanted the masses to be able to play this, and at the same time, they had to balance it for the people who were, quote unquote, a little bit more hardcore into Final Fantasy. The fanboys, etc. I think the difference between us certainly is that while I felt really overwhelmed with the story at the beginning, I've sat down each time because I've felt the things that I wanted the most in an RPG, which is the feeling of advancement, right? Because as long as you keep advancing, you're like, this is great, RPG. Yeah, I'm into the RPG mentality. But for me, I've liked the story, and I don't understand what other than being overwhelmed.
I
at
talked
the
about
beginning,
one of the biggest difficulties is in the writing. Like we talked about how the main power evil bad guys are called Lassie. And you have Pulse Lassie, and then you have Grand Pulse, and you have Fallacy, and I'm like Puss Lassie and Phallic Lassie, and then it's like all this weird shit, and then there's like, and this dude's named Hope. Lightning.
But that's
our main
but
bad guy's
again, it's
Ragnarok. I'm
what
like,
the fuck
they
did you
just made really
expect
bad
when you bought a Final
decisions.
Fantasy game?
It was a really bad decision to go with some of the wording, just from a writing standpoint, that they did made it really confusing to me. Like I said, I've learned 75% of the story from looking at the load screen, where they sum it all up in three paragraphs.
They also, if you don't read about it in your data log, you have to just keep playing.
and I don't go to the
Don't
data
get me
log.
wrong.
And you read every entry.
Don't get me wrong. I don't hate the game. Right?
I mean, to
I
me,
don't
it
hate
sounds
the
like you guys
game.
just don't like the game.
I don't.
No, I'm not saying that
Okay.
either. I'm saying I know what's coming, and it's growing on me. I told you that I played the game. It really sucked, but there's a scene that happens, a full motion video, where all these ships and all these cruisers invade the main city, and all of a sudden you're in the main city going through sewers and fighting shit like soldiers, and all of a sudden the story had an immediacy to it. Like I knew I was going to do this,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
there it
I
picks
know-
up.
I
I
know,
know-
it's gonna
I
get
know it's
better.
coming. I wish-
know it's gonna get better.
20 hours. I mean, it was probably
Yeah,
15.
dude.
I'm going to be fair.
I
It's
just
probably
wish-
12 to
I
13
just
hours
wish,
before
dude-
I was really into it.
I just wish it didn't take that long for it to fucking develop.
They made some bad decisions along the way.
Chocolate
And I have to say that the
rain.
fighting
No,
system,
I got something
the
else for you
fighting
guys.
system
No one wants to.
Shut up.
is growing on me. But like I said, it's not as intuitive. Like I hear all this shit from you. Like I feel like the game, although you said it's hand holding, I don't feel it is.
No, I mean,
don't feel it's told me
it
enough
can
because
be.
I talked to you and you're like, well, did you know if you have 2 of these rings, the stats stack? Like if you wear 2 of the
Yeah.
exact same
I
ring, you
mean-
get bonus properties. I'm like, no, I didn't really know
don't
that.
get me wrong.
I felt like
I do
yeah.
like that too. I do like the upgrading system in in your accessories and in your weapons, and it is kind of like you're wearing armor. Like you're getting limited bonuses, but whatever. I know it's going to get better, but
Well, what happened to the sound?
my really big gripe is it takes too fucking long for shit to develop, to get good.
You know what?
And you know
Again,
what? God of
it's
War
like,
3 came out, and I know I fucked up, dude. I fucked up. I put God of War 3 in when I got it, and I loaded it up.
I just,
and that first level,
I need to know-
level of God of War 3,
I know we talked
blew
about that.
away the first freaking whatever 8
But
hours,
God
or
of
9
War,
hours that I've
my
played
God,
in Final
dude,
Fantasy.
God of War 3 is like fucking 8 hours long. Of course, the first hour is going to blow your mind. Otherwise, the game would fucking suck. At what point did you guys re-scramble in your head that you should buy a Final Fantasy 13 game and beat it in 16 hours and just have this fucking epic, from start to finish?
Wait a minute.
I'm not
What
saying
Final
that,
Fantasy
dude.
were you 20 hours into before it really became amazing? They were all within 5 to 10 hours. I had levels that I like to grind. I had options of what to do. Never have they made us take this long.
Well,
ever.
right. And they
ever.
said-
So don't say, what did you think you were buying? I thought I was buying something similar to the last 12.
They came out and they were like, yo, we're going to tell a fucking story with this. Oh, yeah, it is a little linear. We're sorry about that. We know that. Bullshit.
They didn't make it sound like it was 20 hours linearity.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it happens at 20 hours or it happens at 50 hours. You bought a Final Fantasy game which historically you have put hundreds of hours into. How could you not expect
Wait a
to
minute.
have
And
a
I put
regardless?
hundreds of hours into the game because
We are
within the first 8 hours I was hooked.
Yeah, we are sitting next to an RPG junkie. If if Ed isn't all up on this game's jock, they've failed.
Look, Ed is grown up. All right? Ed used to play every fucking RPG under the sun. I don't believe that Ed still
I think
exists
Final
anymore.
Fantasy
Come on,
13
dude.
tried to grow up too fast.
Come
They
on,
tried to
dude.
make their
Look,
game design for
you
the
would have
action
played a
mentality.
Come on.
You would have played a game through if it sucked.
Dude,
and you tell me
Pussy
lately
doesn't blind me.
come
Pussy
on,
doesn't blind me
dude.
that much. Just
Come
because
on.
fucking I'm
Hold
hanging
on.
out with folks
Hold on.
doesn't
I
mean
have
I'm
a
not
little
the
something.
fucking gamer that I was.
I have a
dude.
little something for you, Ed, because this is this is actually from an old EG. Hogan Cameron Carter did this.
Okay.
This is from the Final Fantasy musical pack. This is Mystic Quest. You know this one, Ed? Listen carefully.
Stupid American, you are so dumb. My RPG so hard, I make you an easy one.
Final Fantasy 13.
Mystic Quest was made for
There you go. I don't-
Because you couldn't even
I don't know.
beat my Final Fantasy 2. Stupid American.
By the way, when the Chocobo song came on, that's all I could hear. The point being is that I don't think he's the same RPG consuming Ed that would play through a fucking 80-hour game.
That's bullshit.
No,
Square just made a
am,
bad
dude.
decision by putting
I
so
am,
much
and I
lameness
played
in
through
front of the
some-
greatness.
Dude, I played through fucking Lost Odyssey and fucking whatever fucking
you know what,
RPGs of
Rico?
mine you have, dude.
I'm rectifying horrible gameplay by saying you should have expected it. I never said I don't think there's anything wrong with the gameplay.
And someone said, Force, if you would have read early reviews. I don't read early reviews.
I want to
I don't
formulate
want
my
to.
own
The game
opinion
was
on it.
sold
Yeah.
to me. I mean, I already knew it was a must
I do a
purchase.
review show to give you my fucking opinion, not to fucking
Rico,
read a review and then give you.
Rico, for the record, you can go fuck yourself because even Final Fantasy VIII, which people were like, the gameplay sucks, I have to fucking draw magic out of monsters, I was still all over the fucking
I
nuts
was
of that
all
game.
over that shit.
So, I mean, it's like, yes, I understand.
By 20 hours, I was a master of that shit, not still learning it.
I believe, first off, you're a nub. I can't believe some of the stuff that you've asked me that I've had to explain to you. I believe...
and you're a dick, dude.
I am being
what
a dick.
the fuck, man?
I will have no problem tonight admitting that of the three people sitting on, and Force fought me with this, but I think that in its current form right now, I can label myself as the Final Fantasy fanboy.
And I think you're both wrong. I've put more hours into Final Fantasies than either of you guys.
You know what, though? You didn't touch Dissidia.
Wait.
You
No,
know?
no.
You're a fan of the world.
Okay.
All right. When it comes
Exactly.
to the, when
both
it comes
are
to the
wrong.
main
Exactly.
franchise,
Because
when it comes to
I
1 through
remember
13,
you
Exactly.
fucking bitches
Exactly.
definitely
So
didn't
you're
put as
admitting
much
that you're
time into
coming at
Final
this with
Fantasy
fanboy
11
attitude.
than
I
did,
just
dude.
told you that I was coming at it
Right.
with a fanboy.
I mean,
I was
wanted
up
an
at
excuse
8
to
in the
discount
morning
everything
with
you
fucking
said. I have it now.
Koreans fucking playing Final
Look.
Fantasy 11, dude. Like,
Then let's switch gears for a second. Let's talk about what Force just said, that I'm in love with the world. I saw some shit and some design in that game that I'm just like, dude, how come it takes 4 years? Like before, like we will go 4 years with nothing. And then like if you just don't play through Final Fantasy and be in awe about the fact that these guys are so fucking superior in everything that they design to create just such a unique environment.
Can I say that although the thought of they're called Eidolon. That's pissing me off too. I have to change the language of shit. Just call them, our summons and shit. But the transformation scenes that they do are
they gotta change it because
still
it's
amazing
worlds,
to this day, dude.
Like even though Final Fantasy is similar, like there's different lores that are occurring in like most of the games, so that's why the names change, like things like that.
Well, I mean, it's like, why call it CP? Why is it Crystarium points? It's XP, dude.
Well, fucking
we've always called it experience
I
points.
just don't
Why
understand
do I
everyone
have at
complains
the end
about
of every battle, you scored 15,000 points?
Okay,
that means
that's
nothing.
gay. That actually
That means jack shit.
I would like to say that I will agree with you. Probably the only thing that is so gay. That
you
is.
Want to know what?
kinda
It's funny
gay.
that it's a game that prides itself on the time it takes you to beat shit. When this has been, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a Final Fantasy veteran, dude. I've had some 20-minute battles.
Yes.
But that's at the end after I purposely sought them out. And I have had several 15 to 20-minute battles
Really?
that I've had to redo. And it gets hard.
It gets
Uber hard.
I know some of the battles are hard, but dude,
but
you just
then you
fucking
ask Force,
flash
hey,
a
Force.
motherfucking Libra and then let your
He
party
now
automatically
listen,
decide what the
he
fuck
asked
they're gonna
me.
cast
He asked me,
on 'em.
Force, well, what have you upgraded? I'm like, dude, I'm hoarding all my shit. I'm
No,
not
you
really
gotta
spending on
upgrade your
upgrading
shit, dude.
Well, I'm telling you that I used to be the guy who would just get by on the bare minimum, and then I could explode and purchase it when I was finally at a comfortable level.
You
And
did-
I've read all these reviews. Now, this is what's bad.
You don't
They're
gotta
like,
buy
the game
shit.
opens up at stage 11. So I'm like trying to hoard as much shit as possible so that I can explode when I finally reach the open portion of the game.
That doesn't make sense, dude. You should
Well,
upgrade your
I've made
shit
the game
anyways.
more
I
difficult
agree.
than I should
Upgrade.
have.
You are making him. You gotta upgrade your shit.
But at the same time, I mean, even fully upgraded, the battles, I mean, there are some lengthy battles.
haven't-
in
I-
the game.
I've not had the same
Wax
issues.
Steven, I'm glad that you think my opinion is wrong. I appreciate that. I'm glad that your opinion is right. But in my opinion, the game is fucking slow. I'm not saying that the game is horrible. I'm not saying I don't appreciate Square Enix as a studio. I'm not saying I don't appreciate the time that they put into the lore. What I do not appreciate is the fact that it's taking me. I got to get to level or chapter fucking 10 of
All
a
right.
13 fucking chapter game.
Beat the horse a little bit
it's
more
not
when you're
beating
only
a
on
horse,
chapter
dude.
5.
It's not beating a horse.
Why-
not by chapter 5 am I fucking hooked like I was in 7, 8,
I don't-
10,
I don't know.
12?
Let's talk about.
I
Why?
Well,
No,
hold on.
listen.
Why?
I want to stop harping on it and talk about some things it does right.
I want to talk about the most amazing part of the game. The soundtrack is hands down probably. I mean, in terms of Final Fantasy 12, one of the reasons I hated 12 is that its soundtrack was piss.
See, I was going to say
nothing.
that since we've had orchestra and full voice, they've all really sounded the same to me. Like
No
sound
way,
is never
dude.
a category where
The-
it said I'd
the
wish you'd improve
soundtrack
or it's bad.
for Final Fantasy 13
Still
is
has the same
really.
You like
fucking
that song? It's
awesome.
still got a gay song that
That
plays
song,
along.
Oh,
it's
God, it's
totally got
so
a gay
good, dude.
J-pop song,
It's
so I knew
so
we
good.
would love it, dude.
It's
I'm
Final
surprised,
Fantasy
dude. Do you have it
music,
as a
dude.
ringtone yet?
No, but I do have a soundtrack.
I'm more impressed with some of the action scenes that break out during the cutscenes. I mean, this is still a game of killer cutscenes, and I've seen some sweet full motion video that when you take down that city at the beginning and that huge boss falls, it looks like a giant city monster with light spewing out of it. It was amazing when I saw those ships attack. I'm right now about to invade this huge flying air fortress that just looks amazing. I'm fighting one of those 4-legged giant beast dudes, and then all of a sudden he stands up and becomes a 2-legged monster.
Yeah.
And it was just wow, that dude is badass. I've seen screenshots of the monsters I'm going to fight where I'm as big as their toenail that just look amazing. The character design that these guys have rocking, although it doesn't sometimes make sense within the story, is still awesome.
They still kind of look like characters from past games.
Oh, they look. I mean, I'm not saying that.
Doesn't Hope kind of remind you of Sora? a little bit.
I actually
No,
think this.
Sora
is,
Yeah, he does,
I
dude.
think this is
Sora
the-
has
the-
the big ass fucking retarded feet, the open fucking
No,
tennis
not
shoes.
Sora. Who's the other dude? Is like his brother in it. When it opens up through all the Game Boy version, you got to play or the DS.
Yeah,
You got to play
And,
Roxy
like,
or whatever.
All the
That's who it is,
characters,
Roxy.
all the
Roxy.
characters,
Roxas.
kind of like look back. I mean, look at how
I
this
think
kind of
this is the
look
most
at how this
generic
kind of
cast.
harkens back to 7 almost. You got a black dude at the very beginning, the freaking white hero, which is a heroine this time, like.
Well, everyone.
It's kind of
wants
sad that
fucking
Lightning.
Saturn.
Lightning's
like,
really the only
it's
one
not-
I've attached to in the game.
Really?
The
He's
characters are weak.
Dude, like Snow is so fucking what a little whiny bitch, dude.
Snow.
Like who
Well, the
cares,
thing is
dude? Your
that
girl got turned
it's-
into
it's
fucking
awkward.
Your
It's
girl
awkward here
got
in
turned into
Snow.
Crystal, dude. Like fucking.
I'm
deal with
embarrassed.
it,
I
dude.
want to talk
To
about
be
how
totally honest.
I want
Why
to
are
talk
you
about how
embarrassed?
the
Seriously, why are you
Ed,
embarrassed?
I think that these are all horrible
Ed.
excuses for
Stop
fucking
talking
not
now.
liking
Yes,
the
let's
game.
just give the 5 hours of rest and let's talk about some of the shit that happens when you do get deeper into the battle system.
Oh, now
and
you're
that
gonna
the
be a dick
power
to me.
dimes.
Yeah.
No, we're just running out of
You're
time.
gonna be a
We're
dick
run
to
out of
me
time.
and fucking.
So the paradigms, I love the fact that using this system, like I never was really a haste and protect and slow guy,
Right.
that now I finally get to see what that role is like. The Sentinel role that they add, that there's a character who does nothing but absorb damage, which you haven't even seen yet, is an amazing new character. I mean, like, I finally used that role, and I never really would. Like, you can throw out a meat sponge who draws their attention while you shoot shit. I love that I get to see special effects that, like, haste matters in this game. I feel like being able to cast slow on the enemy matters. I feel like
but, you know,
liberating them
and
matters.
I just want to point out, like, you say that like I hear you saying that, and I'm just like, in what Final Fantasy game? we're
Everyone I've
casting
played
haste?
since till now.
But you just, I mean,
Everyone I've played till now, I've not had to use slow and haste and shield and protect.
I just don't know what Final Fantasy games
Except
you were playing.
on like the optional bosses that I seeked out on my own. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a regular part of the story. It was where I had to go to GameFAQs and learn strategies for dudes. I finally get into that, but you could still blaze through the majority of every Final Fantasy game without micromanaging.
Just
that
use your
shit.
aerosols.
So I like that, and I like the fact that we have ways to approach enemies on the screen, that you can see the bad guys and try to tank them from the back, and that it really matters. That whole stagger mode that, I'm talking to you and you're like, that being commando doesn't up the stagger bar. You know that, right? I'm like, no, I really didn't know that. And then so I start focusing on magic to begin with, but you got to throw in a commando to slow down the sinking of the stagger bar, because what happens is you got to keep working the enemy until he gets weak, and then you can unleash damage attacks and all your damage starts doing 3 to 4 more damage. Is that once I started learning that, I had to go, mage, well, they call them ravagers, but still you had to go mage attack, throw in a commando attack to slow down the sink, that you start really having to use the system.
Yeah.
That I started to appreciate it more, that now I have to go in and I can't just rely on the auto XXX. You had to go in and set your own paradigms. I had to make 2 healers because just one was not enough, you have to die the first time on shit to learn.
Can I
what
talk
to do.
about the Sentinel role that you mentioned? Like, if you auto use the Sentinel, you're an idiot because you don't need to provoke 4 times. You know what I'm saying? So the auto system is not nearly as smart and as easy.
The
mode
auto
as
system
people
I really
claim
only
it
find
is.
good for the commando role. I mean, now that I've gotten further into the game, you have to pay attention to every magic spell that's coming out. You have to set, like I said, you can't keep doing provoke. You have to set shield because it's still going to take too much life, or I have to get that one where it heals a little bit so I can kind of stay on top of the healing. And, you really get into that where it was a lot of just press XX.
Right,
I'm with Ed. When Ed started off the story, when I played Final Fantasy, I'd play until the wee hours of the morning. I fell asleep while playing. It was because I could XX through a lot of it.
You know what? That's the one
but
thing
once
I agree
it
on
picks
with
up
you guys.
and you can switch, I mean, it really becomes important to pay attention. It's almost too fast for me. I mean, I never really thought I'd say that. Luckily, one of the bosses I had to set it to a slow mode to just really wrap my head around what I needed to do to protect myself because shit was just coming at you. It's hardcore. And I think this is the most hardcore battle systems. Like I've said, it's not that I haven't experienced this, but it was like shit that I had to seek out on my own off the main story. I mean, this one requires you to say you have to know what you're doing just to get through the main story. And I'm starting to appreciate that challenge. I'm starting to appreciate that, like I said, they've kind of revealed their backstories. I'm done with those long 20-minute flashback cutscenes, and I'm starting to get in where it's action, action, action. You know, where it's boss scene, crazy explosion, run through some building shit, more boss scene, think you're done, nope, new boss. And every boss that they've had at the end of a chapter has like been visually freaking sweet. Has required me to die. Like I've died on almost all of them at least once and had to retry and learn what to do. And it's really growing on me. Like I said, I mean, we've harped for, you know, we spent at least 30 minutes talking about how shitty it was to start off so slow, but it's growing. You can't skip that. You can't let the game get a free pass because it's Final Fantasy. That deserved to be bitched about the first 20 hours. But I see where it's going.
Sure. If
I
you
see
want.
where it's going now.
I realize that I have certainly somehow inherited the role of the I will be a little bit more forgiving on.
You are being forgiving. You have to call it out
games.
on its linearity.
I mean, but that's a whole nother argument that I don't even want to get into because I don't believe that is a bad game.
Let's just say though, like you didn't like the battle system. Does the game have anything else to offer? No, not for at least 20 to 30 hours.
Well, you know what? For me, though, that's what drove me through the first 5 hours.
Well, I think the battle system took a long time to grow on me. I don't know. There was something about 12.
Is the story.
12 really had an MMO feel where you felt like your whole party, you know, you could see arrows attacking, setting, you know, use this spell if he's less than 20%. Now it's very generic Ravager, Commando, Medic, but it's growing on me.
But the thing is that I don't think that basically what they did is they took out the micromanagement and they made it more macro.
I think they tried to make it more action oriented, more like what they think the world needs. I think they think we need this system and we don't. I really like the old one. I appreciate where they're going with this one, but at the same time, I mean, you know, some of the things that you guys have done in the past worked. You really didn't need to change literally every aspect
but you know,
of the game.
Thing is that, I mean, people look at Square and they expect them to be the ones innovating. They brought, you know, the way that they brought tactics to, you know, took their world and created tactics. They are expected. You know, I mean, look what they did with Kingdom Hearts and the way that they brought in like a action RPG
let me ask
element.
you something, okay? You go to your item screen, you have 4 items. You have Commando, Sentinel, Ravager, Medic. You know, you really only have 4 or 5 spells that you have options to at a time. It almost feels like part of me felt like they focused so much on making this game look so amazing that they couldn't implement as much shit as they wanted to. Like, I almost feel like this is like, it's the next one that's really going to shine when graphics aren't that big of a concern. Because I feel like they really paid a lot of attention to making the game look amazing. And no towns to shop in. I mean, they said they couldn't afford to render a town in HD at the budget it costs nowadays. They said that they had to cut corners, and I feel like part of me feels like maybe they cut too many corners in some aspects.
When I play this game, I'm not like I'm playing a game that obviously cut corners, and that's the thing that like I would stress about my experience playing the game is that, you know, while there's stuff that I could sit there and go, oh man, well, you know, fuck this. I've waited several years to play Final Fantasy 13. I personally am not disappointed. You know, do I wish every Final Fantasy game could be as awesome as 8 and have the same impact that 8 had on me? Yes, I do. But in the grand scheme of things and the way that this has worked into, gaming right now for me, I've really enjoyed it, despite the fact that, like Ed said, like you,
Mumbles puts in the channel, he's like, you know, what if this is? I feel bad for anyone who this is their first experience.
I don't think so.
If they're a graphics whore, yes, but the battle system's really different. It's not really forgiving to newcomers. You know,
why?
There really isn't anything to hook you but the battle system. There's no like, I'm not saving up my money to buy any loot. There's no really like, let's grind to shit so I can do this. I told you through most of the game, I had spent all my Crystarium points. I felt zero need to grind. Now I do. Now that shit's like 1,000, 1,200, 1,800 to move. Now I feel that need, but it was forever before I found that need. I mean, there's just like, there isn't that hook to shoot for.
I think the funniest thing about our discussion, also, just to kind of wrap our review, is that every single opinion that is given is basically like one of the camps that people are in. Either you're just like, it wasn't the game that I expected it to be. You're
the
like,
thing is that if
I'm
we come
disappointed,
back,
but I like
we're
it.
going to come back
or
from
you like
Easter,
it.
and I have a feeling I'm going to be like, dude, I went out and bought the guidebook. I've been playing Chapter 11 for 30 hours. I mean, if it's like they say it's going to be. Everyone, I mean, it's getting 9s.
Okay.
You don't get 9s if your whole game sucks ass. It's just, I said I feel like I'm doing a disservice to the game. If we would have done this next week,
Right.
we'd probably be having a different conversation. We probably wouldn't have spent 30 or 40 minutes bitching about it. But like I mean, I'll probably have to update, after our finally get through it and we can really talk about it as a whole. But I mean, I have to tell you guys, it's growing on me, like big time. Like remember I said it like felt like a chore. Like, God, I could be playing all this shit. This feels like a chore to review this. Now it's no longer a chore. I want to freaking get back home and I want to raid that freaking prison
there. So yeah, for sure.
Martin, I do not think this game is a good introduction to the Final Fantasy series.
What if you've never experienced the universe before?
Experienced
but
the
I mean,
universe.
like, versus what though, dude? Because like, keep in mind,
like
if
10.
you're like,
I
go
think,
play.
I think 10 is better than 13.
You know what? You're gonna go play 10 on the PS2, and it's gonna look
that's
like
the
butt,
that's
and
the
then,
suck thing.
know,
But
That's
the thing
suck
is that
thing
did you
about it,
ever
like-
think the graphics in a Final Fantasy game looked bad?
No,
They've always been
for
state
the
of the art.
time,
It was
yeah.
the
And there's
gameplay
only
that
been
really
a few
drove it.
exceptions where I've gone back and played it, and that was partially because I had like a
I played
connection
12
with that
while I
game,
owned my
you know?
360, and it looked still amazing to me.
Well,
I mean, it looks pixelated, but
I
I
don't-
mean, it looked good.
I think if you are drawn at all by your eyes to the design, then I think absolutely it's
because
a great
2 inches within the first 5 hours of 10, I was hooked on 10. I was invested in the characters. I enjoyed the battle system. I liked micromanaging my party.
10 was the hardest one for me to get through by far.
Yeah.
And, in fact, I liked the DS version of 10 better
did.
than the actual main version. I'm
10
sorry,
was just
did I say
another
10?
one.
I
Just
meant
another one
12.
to me.
I meant 12.
12 was the best in the series to me.
12
12 had the greatest side.
I did
side
love
shit to get
Blitzball.
involved in.
I thought
Besides Final
Blitzball
Fantasy
was
VII.
fucking awesome. Didn't you
12?
like Blitzball?
It was okay.
What? Blitzball was
It was
pretty
okay.
fun. Dude.
I thought.
I like the little side fucking games and shit like that, dude. And
Are we
don't
gonna?
really- I
do you
don't
want to
really-
take some calls? You want to talk Final Fantasy?
If anyone wants to call in and talk about how
we got to make them short and sweet, guys. So if you're going to call in, I want you to just basically drop your opinion, call any of us an idiot, but I want to hear what people have to say. And
You know what, Wax Steven? It
Looking for
broke up the
phones
fucking
here.
monotony of a fucking RPG, and that's all I wanted. And you don't fucking get that in this goddamn game. So go ahead and be a fucking cocksucker.
But the
You're
story.
right, though, Ed. RPGs
But
can
the
be monotonous.
story.
Yes.
You have to have some shit to distract you.
Holy shit! Why the fuck did Skype make a bunch of noise like that when it started up and it was muted?
Is that funny
That's
though?
not
Is
good.
that I played Lost
Don't call me
Odyssey,
that,
I played
people.
Blue Dragon, we played Last
It's not gonna
Remnant.
be
I
good.
wouldn't have said that about any
Check.
of those games. About how the first 20
Check,
hours
check.
were miserable.
Check. All right. Oh, dude, why is it doing? No. I can't. Hello. What? Hello.
Fail, obviously first
Hello.
time use.
Hey. Hello.
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 Awesome. Yeah, either he can't hear us or I'm
Hello.
failing or something like
Hello.
that. Hello.
I'm here.
Oh,
Hello.
what's up?
I just wanted to call about the complaining about no towns in the game.
About no what in the game?
No towns, like no places
Oh, okay,
to shop or just
okay.
walk around and do nothing.
Gotcha.
They came out. I don't remember where they said it, but they came out and said that it made sense story-wise. I mean, you're running from every human in the game. Everyone is scared shitless of you. You couldn't really stop in a town and be like, "Hey guys, I want to buy some ether."
Yeah, but
Well,
they don't
but
know.
I have a quote from the director saying the cost to render towns and the quality that we wanted to achieve
Well, but you
would
know
have
what?
cost too much.
Even the director is kind of wrong because don't forget that they go to Nautilus, they go to like this, amusement park. Like it's not that much different than a town per se. There's people around you. You're navigating
the thing that people
through.
I hear talk about is the fact that there's no backtracking in the game. I mean, apparently it does open up, like we said at Chapter 11, but for the most part, there's no backtracking in the game. Yes, the story does constantly push you forward.
Right.
Do you like the game, caller?
I love the game.
Why?
I bought a PS3 for
Was
this
that
game.
Val in the background?
Are you at Chapter 11?
Yes. I'm on chapter 12.
Does it make the
That's
game?
awesome.
I mean, does it really open up that much?
I've been in chapter 11 for like maybe 25 hours.
Sweet. So it does. I mean, it really does become great.
Side mission after side mission.
I heard you just get like 60 at a time. I mean, like just overwhelms
you.
You
loved everything up to the chapter you're on, or were you just kind of like, dude, seriously, can we get on with it?
The first couple hours, I even told Wheat, I was like, it's Mystic Quest Part 2. But then immediately, once paradigm shifting came into play, I was hooked.
Once you couldn't just
I love that combat
X through it.
Yeah. All right, just thank you very much. There's one that liked the game, so appreciate your
Who
call.
was that?
Take
2
care.
inches?
That was
I was
2
gonna say, I
inches.
would have said, "What's up, 2 inches?" If I would have known who it was.
And Val in the background. Yeah, what the hell, man? Why is it lagging like a bitch? Skype just like totally fucking fails when it shouldn't be.
Oh God. Here
All right,
go.
all
Here
right.
we
We got whack Steven.
And
on the
all
line.
I
What's
heard
up,
was
bitch?
slurping sounds all night.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's
up?
Okay.
I'm killing the video.
Hey,
I want to try.
First off, Ed, dude, I wasn't trying to like piss you off or anything, bro.
No, it's all right. Force
I just
already
wanted-
pissed me off, dude. I'm a fucking busting his jaw.
But I did want to comment though. Like, I think you guys are right about the beginning of the game. It is way slow.
Yeah.
But I like the
heavy
story
rain.
a lot. I actually like the story a lot better than I think you did. So it was okay for me. The combat was the big seller for me. Like, I'm in chapter 11 right now, and it's fucking crazy good.
It's sad to just keep hearing everyone mention, this game really does become good. Like, I wish I was there right now. Why can't I just fast forward?
Yeah, that's my problem.
I'm
with
okay
it,
with
Whack.
not knowing how he
it's-
gets over losing his son.
Swear to God, dude, I give up, man. I'm
I was wondering, like, how are you guys gonna fucking review this game? I'm like looking on PSN and I'm seeing Wheat on like occasionally. I'm just like, dude, what the hell chapter is he gonna get up to by the time he got to review?
Well, at least
this
we said right at the beginning where we were at. I mean, I wanted to see people think I was
and
reviewing
maybe
the
here
whole
in a couple
product.
weeks when we come back, we can do like a.
I have a
look
feeling
back.
I definitely know I'll be
We can
talking
do a
about it again
quick
when I
look
come back.
You know,
just to give you guys like a heads up and something that might entice you to play it more later on. There is a monster in the open world that can eat. I don't know if you've seen it. The screenshots of the adamantoids, the one that's like way bigger.
Does it look like a huge
than
turtle?
yeah.
There is a character that picks one of those up by its legs and chomps it.
Sweet.
And I'm assuming you get to fight it.
Is it going to be like one of those like 20-hour fights, like where you go in and fight
Yes,
for a little bit,
like a
and then
fucking ultimate
leave?
weapon.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, Whack. Thanks a bunch, dude. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'll definitely be curious to give you my thoughts once I'm actually a little bit further in the game. We probably will discuss it a little bit more.
Sure, we'll do
if
it
the
a
show
look
ever
back.
happens again.
Give it a shot, Ed. I'm guessing you'll like it after you
No,
get
I'm
past
gonna
all
give it a shot. I just really wanted it to be like, I really wanted it to grab me right away, and it just didn't, and that's
agree.
what sucked for me.
Ed's not a
I
fan of
warned all my
foreplay.
friends.
I know.
Dude, I warned all my friends that were going to get the game. I'm like, listen, just go into it and just fucking expect that you're not going to get really into this game until like 20 hours in.
Dude, who needs foreplay wax, Steven, when you can go straight to the money
You know,
shots?
something that
Am I right, buddy?
mention,
Am I right?
Yeah.
Something that we didn't mention is that, yes, it does take 20 hours to get into. How many games on the market right now only give you 5 to 8 hours, period? I mean, we can get 60 to 100 hours out of that, and I still appreciate that from Square. Is that the 20 hours I've put into it are still more than I've put into any other title. When's the last time you played a 20-hour story?
I know. They don't come across that often.
It's BioWare and Square, dude. That's it.
That's probably
all
it.
right. I'll get off.
All right,
right,
sir.
dude.
Thank you very much.
Later.
Take care.
Peace.
Peace. Bye.
Next time he's not allowed to give oral to his mic while talking to us.
There was something going on there. So I'm ready to end the show. I'm fucking.
I see a defeatist attitude. Something obviously happened during the middle of that phone call.
Dude,
and I'm
what
sorry about
didn't
it.
fucking happen? I'm just so tired of it, dude. It's hard
Fuck
to do,
you, Windows
guys.
7, dude.
So next week
It's
we'll be
fucking
bringing the
hard.
show back from Windows
No,
XP.
we don't have a show for 2 weeks.
2
so
weeks.
Hopefully it comes back.
Come on, let's end on a cheery note, dude. We're not gonna be back
Dude,
for
you
2
don't have
weeks.
to deal with this shit. It's just like all I see now is another fucking 15 hours of problem solving that I have to do on top. And the reason why I didn't get chapter 11 this week is because I had to fucking rebuild this
Here.
stupid piece of shit anyway. Dude,
Wait, listen.
I'm done. Can we just
You're-
finish the show
no,
so I
you're
can...
You're
what?
smart. You're beautiful.
Yeah.
And people
Thanks.
like you.
Doggone it.
I'm out of
Alright.
here, dude.